Filthy dogs.
Yeah, nah. It's real estate, man. This is worse than real estate agents.
This
really playing Monopoly when you think about it like that.
I did.
Yeah.
Because it's like, how many spots can I keep? But then, because, you know, in order to grow, you got to retain. You know what I'm saying? So it's a tricky game.
You got to retain and expand.
Yeah.
You can't hold too much onto the pad. Let's get into it.
You fucking stupid.
Let's get into it.
you just said what I said, stupider.
No, but you gotta grow. You do have to retain, but you can't get caught up in the current assets. You know, you gotta pimp them bitches out.
Yeah,
acquire more.
Yeah.
Rich dad, poor dad, nigga. You sounding like a fucking. You sounding like a dad with a budget.
Yeah. You fucking stupid. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Welcome, world. You know, two of America's most wanted here. This is LOI the show.
LOI the show. J Nobles.
Home Groove.
AJ behind the boards. Yes. White man is ironically in the seat. Well, not ironically, but that's where they're supposed to be. But
yeah, he's in the seat. But white man is getting a tan somewhere tropical right now.
Yeah.
You know?
Shout out to the white man. Please send him, your wishes and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy fucking
That's
New Year.
Happening. You know,
get what I'm saying?
We got to get more festive on the podcast. We're not really holiday niggas. Like, what'd you do?
I don't know.
What'd you do for Easter?
What?
What'd you do for Easter?
What type of question is that?
Because that's such an obscure holiday.
If
you're a true holiday
it's not an
celebrator,
obscure holiday. It's just one of the lesser important ones.
And if you celebrate that one, you probably celebrate everything else.
No.
Yeah,
you should have said
it's all encompassing.
What you do for St. Patrick's Day?
I pinned somebody.
St. Patrick's Day is like an adult holiday. Like,
No.
have you drunk on St. Patrick's Day? I know it.
Yeah. St. Patrick's Day is an alcoholics holiday. So is Cinco de Mayo.
It's 30 and up for real.
If you're not Irish and you're celebrating St. Patrick's Day, you're an alcoholic. If you're not Mexican and you're celebrating Cinco de Mayo, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah.
You just want a reason to get drunk. That's all.
Same with Mardi Gras.
Same with Mardi
You're
Gras.
an alcoholic. If you celebrate the Puerto Rican Day Parade, you're probably a pervert.
Well, if you're in New Orleans, you're probably alcoholic. So Mardi Gras is kind of
That's
like.
true. Yeah.
Wait, where's Mardi Gras? That's where Mardi Gras
New
is.
Orleans, yeah.
And what about? Oh, I'm thinking about Carnival.
What is that?
That's in the islands.
Carnival. That's in Rio.
That sounds a little pagan. What is that? Break that down.
We gonna get you some money and then we gonna go there. Don't worry.
I think all
somebody first, nigga.
I think all the islands have carnivals. Like I know in Jamaica they have carnivals, and Bahamas
I've seen those ones on IG.
Islands and carnivals are a thing. I've never been to a carnival though.
Shout out all the island girls, especially Olay. She came through. She did her thing.
Ooh, we had a real bohemian.
A real bohemian. Shout out to Olay. Please go check her out. Homeroom episode last week. Y'all see it.
Yeah,
but
know about it.
Oh, shout out to lovely ladies too. I hope y'all sticking to y'all New Year's resolution. If this is dropping Wednesday, then we 3 days into the new year. Y'all bitches better still be on the right path. You get what I mean?
What did we ever have the sentiment that they weren't on the right path? I feel like our lovely ladies always handle their business. I feel like we disappoint them more than they disappoint us.
What?
Maybe.
Maybe. Say what you just said.
One lovely lady in particular had something to say, so that's what I'm really thinking about. I'm just taking that and expounding upon it.
Don't put her,
But in most cases, I don't ever be disappointed in the lovely ladies at LOY. We wouldn't be here without them. That's the foundation.
I want to see 5 lovely ladies comment.
It's a challenge.
That's a challenge.
Oh, shit. That just reminded me to get these Wild Wild from last episode.
Okay, yeah. So 5 lovely ladies, if y'all watching,
yeah, I appreciate it.
Please just comment something. You get what I mean? Because like we talk about y'all, I feel like y'all appreciate it, but
you know, stay secret because we also got some. We also have the Legion of Leisure. It's a bunch of ruthless pimps that watch us too, nigga.
Yeah,
so,
well,
unless you try to get chose on, you might want to stay reclusive.
Ruthless. It just depends on your perspective. But I wanted to start this off. We're good friends here, and this is for you, AJ.
Okay.
Maurice Hines.
It's a black fellow. Oh,
you don't know?
See this.
Nigga, he's the legendary Broadway tap dancer, choreographer, and actor, and tap dancer.
He's your Michael Jordan. If
AJ.
you don't know, AJ the Menace has a background in footwork.
We haven't really got on him like that. It's one of those things when we first got here, we found out, we talked to shit a little bit, but it hasn't been a recurring thing. AJ is a tap dancer.
But it's because it doesn't feel real.
It's one of those things where it's like, it's not something you see every day. Like when we call Lauren a white man, like you can see it. Like, even though y'all don't see him, but like you can see like
why we call him that.
He's a white man. But AJ now, it's like tap dance. You get what I mean? But that was for you, AJ Maurice Hines.
I do know.
Yeah. R.I.P. to him.
Like, where does he
away.
rank in your all-time elite footwork niggas?
It's like Savion Glover's my goat.
Savion
Glover's my goat.
I've heard of
that's
him.
who made me want to tap dance.
Can we pull Savion Glover up?
I don't know if I can pull
I don't know.
No.
Nigga, is he black though? Is he black?
Oh, he's black.
Hey man, y'all go look him up, man. He's black.
Savion Glover.
Black, light skin, dreads.
Yeah, because I remember when you first told us, you showed us a picture, and then we went like on a whole tangent about like Stump and like all those like
Yes.
those bands that
Savion
make
has a
music
music video. He's in the Diddy music video.
Yeah.
They're like having a tap dance battle. Him and Diddy.
Yeah.
So Diddy has an actual background in tap dance?
No, but it was just like Savion
yeah.
was like flaming hot at the time. So it's like
So it was necessary
it was
to even
like
try.
a nice little cherry for a music video, you know?
Hey,
what I'm saying?
Let's spar real quick with our feet.
I was about to say, did he got light feet, nigga? He tread lightly with shit.
Diddy
right.
got a light fucking sexual appetite, nigga.
Yeah. Nah, it's I don't want to die.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
Have you forgotten?
We might have to bleep.
Yeah. I was about to say, nigga, we heard things. We're famous now.
Nigga, yeah, because what we learned, the list is short, but don't play with it.
And I also I wanted to ask like some more shit, like yo, like I want to know like what's some other crazy shit that's going on, you know? But that's another conversation.
That's inside information.
But
what happened to Maurice? He died.
he was old. He looked happy though. He looked like he had a great life.
Yeah.
Being a tap dancer is probably hard, especially to be a professional one. Mm-hmm. But like once you get to that point, I mean, everybody got to smile.
That's what all dancing feels. It's
like until you're like dancing with Beyonce, it's kind of hell.
I mean,
especially for women.
Broadway is the peak.
What is
Broadway
it?
is always the peak.
Is it the peak, or is that just like kind of like just like the what
Profitable.
people yearn for, like Hollywood? Like
Yeah, that would be your Hollywood. You getting casted on a Broadway show is like winning a Grammy. It's like
it might okay.
So I would say especially before social media, like stage actors and like theater people and tap dancers, ballet people, like Broadway is your peak, period. It's your peak. But now social media, it's like you don't even need that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you could be lit tap dancing in your garage type shit.
Bro,
you know
you
what I
can
mean?
be lit. Bro, the internet has changed shit so much. This nigga Keith Lee is like a real like reviewer now. He dropped his
certified.
This nigga dropped his and I didn't save it, but it's a perfect segue. But he dropped his like 10 best cities for food. New York was up there. I mean, I spent
No. Those are the worst to the best.
Oh, those are worst to best?
Yeah. Atlanta was the bottom, was 8. I'll look it up, but Atlanta was the bottom. New York was number 7.
So that makes sense. I recant my statement because New York food, we spent a couple days there. We didn't eat too much, but
we tried a lot of different things. We had some pizza. We had some cat.
Yeah, not pussy. We had actual cat.
Yeah. Love you, baby.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like the food was all right, but I never put New York up there with food. But him putting Atlanta kind of surprised me.
Atlanta up there for food in terms of being good or bad?
In terms of being the best.
No. Best to worst.
Best to worst. So
Atlanta was the worst.
if you're number one is the worst, number 10 is the best.
No. So number 1 is the best food.
That's what I was saying.
Number 8. So it's New Orleans is number 1. Then number 2 is Houston. Then Chicago. Then Vegas. Then Los Angeles. Then is Detroit, New York, Atlanta. So he was saying, and I watched the video, he was saying pretty much Chicago, Vegas, and Los Angeles, those 3 were all great foods. He could have put them anywhere. But like that 7 and 8, he was like, no, this was not good.
So does that mean North Dakota has better food than Atlanta? How's that even possible?
And I don't know how many places he went to. And I know he didn't go to North Dakota. That's a waste of time, right?
Right, yeah.
That has to be a waste of time.
It might not be, nigga. They might have the best cod.
Well, because remember when he was in Atlanta, the biggest issue, and he was saying like why Atlanta got the worst food?
The customer service.
He couldn't even get the food. He said half the time we was there, we couldn't even get the food to try it. And the customer service. It was like...
But those are 2 different rankings. We're not saying who's the nicest. If you got even if you got the food 2 hours late, if it was better food than LA, You got to say it was better food than LA.
But I think Atlanta culture, it doesn't cause to have like the best food. Have you seen? I saw like a little snippet video. T.I. new restaurant. Have y'all seen that?
Nah.
Shout out to Clifford Harris. He always doing fabulous things, creating projects, making restaurants and shit.
He's trying to make us forget he rapped.
Yeah. He's trying to get away from all that
Doing a pretty
artillery
good
mess.
job too, because I be forgetting like he's serious.
Like he actually wants to be called Clifford now. Like that's his thing.
Oh shit!
He's the first nigga to do that.
Clifford T.I. here. Well, no, 50 Cent.
Curtis Jackson.
No,
Curtis
he's
Jackson.
the first nigga to want to be called Clifford.
Oh yeah. I knew one nigga named Clifford. He was fat, but
Did he go by Cliff or something a little bit more cooler?
nah, he went by Clifford. But he's a warrior though, because he was like fat.
Sumo fat? Not sumo fat. He was a nigga, I'm assuming, right?
Like he was a nigga. He was like army vet. Broken leg. They eat a lot.
Okay.
Fat.
No.
He had a prime, and then he served his country.
His prime was probably crazy, but
Yeah.
he's just a fat motherfucker now.
Yeah,
but
Clifford, the big black dude.
And I remember one day we had made that joke to him because he was my mom's friend. We had made that joke to him. I was about 8. When you 8, anything mean coming from an 8-year-old just sounds worse. So
Yeah.
I was like,
because it's unapologetic.
yeah, and Clifford, the big red dog, it's just an easy joke. So we kept calling him Clifford and like making fat innuendos and shit. I look back, it's kind of fucked up, but
Fat people gone to hell at one point in time, nigga. Back before you had manners and social etiquette,
yeah.
fat people got it. Ugly niggas got it. If you was
doesn't
black
have
as hell,
social etiquette now, because he definitely asked Danny immediately as soon as he got on the phone, "How much do you weigh?"
I'm a child at heart.
Oh, I think that was me.
No, that was him.
Yeah, I asked him how much he weighed.
You asked my...
Immediately, as soon as he said, "What's up, y'all?"
Okay, I do remember that.
Because he sounded fat when he asked.
Yeah.
And I was like, nigga, how much you weigh?
Yeah, because seeing that photo, it changes the perspective.
Yeah,
like
fuck you.
now,
Yeah,
once he
yeah.
says, "Hey," it's like you hear the like that fat shit. That breath. But
Choking a Twinkie.
yeah. But shout out to Danny. I asked him. I was like, "Hey, Danny, you working on it?" He was like, "Yeah, man, we working on it." I was like, "Okay, I respect that."
Yeah.
You can't just be out here just fat.
Nah, you can't just be out here fat because you'll get shamed for that. Like there's certain things that you can do with your life to where everybody around you is fucking gearing up just to get you to stop it.
Yeah.
Especially religious people. Nigga, I met like a religious family recently, and that shit was spooky, and it reminded me of why I don't go to church. Because they all had this look like they was just stunned. Like they were literally they lost a staring contest with God.
So,
And there was side effects from that shit. You just look spooky after that.
what was you working when you met him?
Nah, it was
Like what context was it?
I can't say the situation because it's going to reveal too much
It's going to
information.
reveal too much. But how big was the family? 5?
There was about
5 Christians is pretty scary.
There was about 4 or 5 deep, bro.
Especially when it's a family like
No, that's a fact.
But listen,
Yeah.
they was 4 or 5 deep, and mind you, like
4 or 5.
4 or 5 deep. I walk into the door, and normally when you walk into a room, there's not just a crowd of people just right there by the door. I open the door, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm low key like somebody almost got a double jab
Christian family.
right there.
Mulatto family?
They were a fairer skin.
Okay,
a fairer
skin.
but it was some darkness mixed in. It was like a mocha latte.
That makes it a little bit more, just a little bit more scarier. Just on the side of like it's not like some black hole, some dark skinned Christian family. It's like some like, you know.
But they are very super religious, and I met a prophet. I met a prophet. A real prophet, nigga.
You talking about one of those ones that like comes up to you and they say, "I see pain in you," like one of those.
He's cooler than that. He's more mysterious.
Yeah,
like
because those I can't stand those.
Nigga, he's a prophet for profit.
he allegedly, because I have no idea what's going on, but he gets visions of messages from God that God tells him to relay to other people.
What's his hairline look like?
I had to teach him how to dap up. I swear to God. Like
What?
when I met him, I came in, I was like, "Yo, what's good with you, pimpin'?" He was like, I shouldn't be touching the back of your palm. Like, let me right here, like this, snap, all that shit.
He's black?
Yeah.
What was his age, roughly?
He's 14. He's a young dude.
Okay.
He's a young dude. He's a big 14-year-old.
Why would you call a 14-year-old
Very
a prophet?
quiet. I didn't call him a prophet. He was presented to me as a prophet. That's what they say. His family,
Christians.
his
Christian
family,
family.
they're super religious, and their son is a prophet.
How? Why him? What about the other kids?
They're not special enough.
Literally, I was about to say the same shit.
They're
These
not-
niggas are spot special.
They don't have the ear of the Lord.
The ear of the Lord.
Yeah.
What is he? It's so many questions.
There's so many questions.
Like, I don't
and
know if I
didn't
want to
really-
ask you, like,
I
go
didn't-
further to the dapping situation. Like,
I didn't have enough time to really dive into it with him, but I was just
what
like,
was he wearing?
He
Clothes, probably.
size 14 LeBrons,
They always have big ass.
Don't say
feet.
Clark's.
baggy jeans.
It's not okay.
Like, you know,
Baggy jeans.
Yeah, he wasn't.
What
he-
type of church
He
family
doesn't
is this?
dress to get fly. He dresses because the Lord doesn't like him to be naked.
Yeah, it's all for functionality only.
Literally.
Yeah.
So, did you ask him for something? Like, did you ask him to
Bro, he
read your
doesn't.
palms?
He doesn't really speak. I think he only speaks when it's time
Get the fuck
for
outta
God to
here.
give a notification.
Is he? Do you have an inclination of him being special potentially?
I have no idea what's going on.
Do you think are they homeschooled or do you think they go to public school?
I'm pretty sure Jesus is teaching them. They're one of the 12 disciples, nigga. They have to go to like some type of church curriculum centered school.
If it's not at the house.
If it's not at the house.
It's probably in the living room.
I know there's a lot of Bible study, and allegedly before I got there, that like they all just started testifying.
How they know? Like, what's the difference? But him, like, how do they go? Oh, you're one of the 12 disciples. Over like, oh, you one of the 4 horsemen. Like, what makes you?
I don't know the process.
Probably their preacher told them.
Yeah, we should Google it. What makes you? How do you know you're a prophet? And how do you know that you don't have schizophrenia?
Or how do you know you're not one of the evil prophets? Like one of the
But that's another
4
thing.
leaders of destruction.
That's one of the things his mom said. She was like, you gotta do your due diligence and gotta make sure where the message you can know where the messages are coming from. I don't know how they do it. This is all word of mouth.
Oh my God.
The Lord's
you
word.
see, I do believe in God.
But I don't believe in that form of God. And I think it's like the problem with
You
religious
have-
people,
okay.
especially uber religious people like that, is that they feel the need to make they shit your shit.
You can't, I know what you're saying, but you can't use that as a reason because for like, you're kind of, I mean, I wouldn't call it distrust, but like just kind of like,
That's not the only pillar to that, but it is an interesting thing because that's what cults do.
But you got to think about
Shit,
it. You
that's
can't
what
say
pimps
that,
and hoes
but
do.
you can't say that when you go to a rock shop
Yeah.
and you're telling me how, guys, there's a room where the energy is crazy and it's just a bunch of expensive rocks. Like it's the same amount of crazy. It's just like,
No, I'm not talking about the crazy in this factor of it. I'm saying I told you that story not to get you to fuck with the shit. I'm not even fucking with it. I'm just telling you what happened. They're trying to convert you.
outside.
They want you to believe what they believe.
outside of the pushiness aspect of what they're doing, like God is okay
God,
for the most part. I mean, that's what they say.
God is okay, but the thing is, people aren't.
Yeah.
And the thing with religion is everybody knows that's like the easiest way to manipulate a nigga. Like a slave is a person that gives you their life willingly. What's the best way to make a nigga a slave?
No, unwillingly.
Well, unwillingly. Willingly and unwillingly. You can be a willing slave.
You can.
That's what a gimp is.
Yeah.
Well,
He loves that latex suit. He puts it on with pride.
You're a willing slave after the process of, being indoctrinated into the religion.
Point
you get what I'm
being,
saying?
what's the easiest way to make a nigga give you his life? Like make him give you his life. He chose up. You promised the nigga a better afterlife.
Yeah.
That's the easiest trick in the game.
Yeah. But still,
If you dedicate your shit to me and my principles, anything that happens after that is going to be blissfulness. You're going to have 52 virgins.
still doesn't mean religion is bad, nor
Doesn't mean it's bad.
Nor does the pushiness aspect. It's kind of hard because it's like I've never been saved before, so it's like I don't know what the fuck that feels like.
You've never been brainwashed.
It might feel like just amazing, like to actually be saved.
Are you open to this? Like, you thinking about going to a church?
I don't think you get saved like that. I think, like when I hear of like people getting saved, it's like, a crackhead who, he's 2 years into sobriety and like he has a moment with God, like that type of save. I haven't had that type of save.
Or a
yet.
nigga that survived a car crash.
You get
And as he was on the concrete gasping for air, he saw a blonde Jesus.
what I mean?
Near-death experiences.
Near-death
Near-death experiences bring a lot of people closer to religion.
Yeah, because it gives you hope that there is something after. And I don't know what you see, but I think when you're going through a traumatic situation like that and your body goes into shock, it releases DMT in your brain.
So
much. You under how you say that word? Hallucinogenic.
I don't.
You're in a hallucinogenic trance where you just seeing gold clovers and stars and balloons and shit.
I don't think
potentially across.
I don't think it's that, but the same like clarity you get from taking DMT, possibly shrooms, you get the same clarity from like a near-death experience.
Because
just
it's the same chemical reaction.
Yeah.
You're just taking it willingly versus it kicking into gear because you got ejected out of your car.
Yeah, the mind is a crazy thing. Mm-hmm. Have you believe in shit?
Yeah, but even if you're religious, that don't really mean shit. Like, that don't mean you're not a good person.
Yeah, speaking of religion, was that Gypsy girl religious?
That's the segue I was about to make, and she was. First of all,
context.
What's her name? Context, right.
So if y'all don't remember, like 2 years ago, there was like the TV show, the famous TV show with the Gypsy girl. Mm-hmm. Bad journalist, we should have had it up. But regardless, Gypsy Rose Blanchard. If anybody remembers the bitch.
I remember that.
It's a wild name.
So basically, her mother was a crazy, just woman who basically tricked her daughter into thinking she was special. Like, I guess she had her eating candy, if I remember straight. She fucked her daughter up.
She had her daughter convinced she had like 3 different diseases.
Yeah.
She was giving her daughter medication that gave her side effects of real diseases.
Exactly.
So in her mind, she's like, I actually am fucked up. I think she thought that she couldn't walk or something. Her mom forced her.
She was in a wheelchair, I think, too.
And she was forced to roll around in that motherfucker for years. And
Even though she was completely healthy.
And it kind of makes you think, right? Like, how much of looking attractive is mental? Because when you see her now, I'm not saying she's the baddest bitch ever, but she looks like she looks okay.
She looks like she thinks she's normal.
Versus how she looked when she was a child. You would never think that she could blossom into something fuckable.
And with that word child, I think that was another big thing about this whole story. The bitch was like, she didn't even really know her age. Like, she was tricked into thinking she was retarded.
Yeah.
So it was unfortunate, but I mean, it was a sad story, but it ended up being good. She's out of prison. If you don't know how she got up into prison, she ended up, offering her mom.
I was about to say, we got to tell the story, right? Yeah. She was religious.
Yeah.
In her mind, she needs a good Christian man to be by her side, so she goes on ChristianMeats.com.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what the website is, allegedly.
Yeah.
But it was a Christian website, dating profile. She met this dude.
Prince Charming.
Essentially, nigga,
Yeah.
Prince Charming with a Bible.
Yeah.
That's as best as it gets. But
Nicholas 𝙗𝚾.
that
Nicholas
nigga
𝙗𝚾.
sounds crazy.
He
But
looks crazy.
He met her mom. Her mom immediately doesn't like this nigga. And on first glance, it's like, she's crazy, so her not liking the nigga might be she thinks that he's a threat to her power infrastructure, right?
Exactly.
For sure.
But the nigga was socially awkward. He was autistic. He was probably actually weird.
Yeah. So
she probably gave that vibe. She was like, what the...
So basically, she went on ChristianMingle.com and found the perfect person for her, which is a bad thing because they ended up conspiring and ended up killing her fucking mom. I forgot the details on how they did it, but it was something like...
He stabbed her. He stabbed her 17 times, which is a crime of passion. I think anything... If you stab somebody more than 3 times, you love them. Or there was some type of emotional connection. Because 3, like,
what?
A regular person, right? You stab a nigga, it's like he's still moving. Let me stab him again. Most people stop there.
3, 4...
Then,
okay.
Then you do got probably like 30% of people who do that third stab just for shits and giggles, just to make sure it's done. Anything over that, you wanted that motherfucker dead.
I don't know, man. I think
you wanted to torture him.
I think stabbing somebody. I don't think there's a number limit. Like
there's a number.
I think when it gets disturbing is when it's like
and
20 or more.
And we're talking
20
about
20 or more.
I think 20 or more.
20 or more is wild,
actually,
bro. If you got into
saying.
a street fight to where you had to stab a nigga, you're not about to stab him 17 times. Right
no more
there.
than 10. Realistically,
Yeah, possibly. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and we're not talking
maybe
about
20 is too
we're
much.
not
So maybe like
But even
10 or more.
Even if you go to 10, there's a little passion in that. You might have got into a real big
Not
fight.
really, because
your girl might have been there. You might have to stab.
No.
You might have make sure
depends
you
on
leak out.
who this nigga is.
and it depends on like how, where, when. Like, did you stab him 10 times consecutively, or
Yeah,
like
right,
kind of like
right.
one here, one there. Okay, you poking them. And now we're not talking about fucking San Quentin.
Yeah,
San
and
Quentin
exactly.
20
And
times is normal.
it's probably
You
standard,
gotta
yeah.
stab a nigga 20
But
times.
And
that's
you also got to
because
think
you-
about niggas who get shot. Like, you could shoot somebody, they're still advancing towards you. Like, you got to, normally when you shoot somebody, you got to give them 3 to 5 minimum.
On minimum.
Depends how much they weigh.
And it depends on their adrenaline. These niggas, or if they're
Yeah.
on drugs, like,
Yeah.
they might be at full speed for another 30 seconds and you've unloaded the clip into them.
You know.
So you shot them 16 times and they're operating at full speed.
AJ shooting crackheads.
Like,
No,
that
Sherm
shit-
heads.
That shit
That's
happens, bro.
Sherm.
That
Yeah.
shit happens.
Yeah.
When that adrenaline is hot, bro.
When I was telling y'all, I was watching Sugar Free, and I forgot the other brother. He's a Mexican dude, but Sugar Free was talking shit with this good LA legendary brother, and he was talking about how he used to sell Sherm and how like Sherm is the most magical thing ever.
That's why
Like,
they call it dust.
It's God's gift. Like he's seen niggas survive like the most craziest things.
Yeah, nah, Sherm is the closest thing that we've found to the fountain of life. That and Adderall.
No, maybe crack.
Nah, crack isn't sustainable. Because you get the power, but there's no
Crack is
control of it.
sustainable.
Like crack is like
No. You see, that's what I'm saying. You're thinking about crack is very sustainable, dog. You've met a crackhead.
you gotta smoke crack longer. You gotta be a veteran crackhead to really operate functionally. If you just started smoking crack, if it's a hobby you just picked up, you're gonna be off the rails for the first 6 months. Literally. It happens every time. You find your way once you go homeless, then you get around other crackheads, then you'll start communing, sharing notes. So, this is where I get my clean shit from.
And it depends on
You
the
can go
lifestyle.
wash your clothes in this lake over here.
It depends on the lifestyle for sure. Like if you're fucking, I don't know, like Whitney and Bobby.
Get
Like
rich and famous.
doing crack is probably a little bit easier than somebody who's on Philly streets.
Nigga, you have an assistant warming your crack up for you.
Hell yeah.
You got somebody to throw your crack on in case you get caught with it.
Yeah.
Crackheads live for a long time.
Yeah, nah, they don't.
Crack is a long time drug. It's really
It's a long term. It's a long play.
because
I don't
Like
think
fentanyl will get you the fuck up out of there though. Like that's
Yeah.
a one, and you could accidentally die on fentanyl.
depending
You know
on
what
your
I'm saying?
tolerance, because there's some niggas out here who are impenetrable.
they
Yeah.
sniff
The
it.
people who actually do it as
Do
their
it.
primary is crazy.
It's niggas out here putting fentanyl in their gums like
Yeah,
it's pixie
like
dust.
if that's your primary drug, bro, you are extreme. dog.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You've had a hard life,
Yeah, you're up there on the. You're probably the toughest.
and you're probably one of our greatest genetic specimens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
We need
for
to.
sure.
We actually probably do have to study these niggas biologically.
For sure.
You
for
think
sure.
people who like was doing fent during COVID caught COVID? Or you think there's like some immunity type of situation going on there?
Nigga, if you're doing fentanyl, nothing can make you sneeze
But
unless you put it up your nose.
But the aluminum from the fucking smoke.
yeah, nothing. There's no sneezing. There's no runny noses, nigga.
Yeah. You don't think so?
Nah, nigga, you in that Fenty.
I don't know.
Shout out all the Fent heads out here. I wonder if you're listening.
I doubt it.
Drop it in the comments. Just
Please.
put a salt shaker.
Yeah, I doubt it. They don't really be having cell phones.
Nah, bro.
It's not really necessary.
Actually,
I
no.
feel like fentanyl.
You know, there's
Good.
whole like subreddits for drugs. Did you know that?
Bro,
Nigga,
yes,
I was
yes,
on this
yeah,
Reddit.
yeah.
It was like for, I don't even know what it's called. Just type in like r-lowlifes. But it was just like a bunch of people in there. They do their thing. Like some people do crack. And so they're just talking about like, hey guys, just got some new crack. About to, fire it up.
the light
and
up.
then you go to the comments. It's like, those days.
I can
like with
smell
the
it through the
emoji.
phone.
Yeah, the smelling emoji.
Yeah.
With the,
Yeah.
with the AHHHH. Niggas, you know what I mean? Niggas like really living in
Niggas
that
are
shit.
reminiscing on their on their days.
They're smelling it through the.
They living through their highlights.
Yeah.
I was talking to my sister the other day. She had her first experience smelling cooked crack.
Yeah.
She was at a bus stop or a train stop somewhere, with good places to do some crack at.
Yeah.
In Greensboro specifically. That
makes sense.
Important
That sounds-
context.
yeah,
If you're
that
not from
sounds
North
right.
Carolina, you don't know about Greensboro. Best place to smoke crack.
Yeah.
But she was at the bus stop and she was like, I just smelled the strongest chemical I've ever smelt in the world to where I knew something was wrong. Then she looks to her left. It's a commune of crackheads just fucking just running around like Keebler elves with cookies.
Nigga, that glass burning, that crack burning. Nigga, when
It's
I
a
was,
good night.
I told you crazy story. And what time do you, this got to be a short one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'll just tell
We
this-
get right now, though, yeah.
So one day, shout out to Benta and I think Zarina. I forgot. But shout out to them. So we smoking.
Crack
I was in A&T. I was in A&T at this time. We're living in Suite F. So if y'all don't know, that's at the top of the hill and shit. So I picked them up. We got the weed. We just finna hot box of shit, right? We're in my car. We didn't have a place to go per se, so we were just riding around. So we ended up going to this park. So we pull up. It's like a roundabout. So we park, and it's another car in front of us. But I don't know what he's doing, but I just assume it's late at night. I didn't see any like fogginess that looked like smoke. I'm like, he's either waiting.
And the car wasn't shaking up and down like a nigga was getting head or
like possible, yeah.
There's nothing nefarious happening.
So he's either waiting on somebody or like somebody's waiting on him. Like some, So
something's happening.
Regardless, we're doing our thing. We're smoking, getting high. It's cool, right? So out of nowhere, nigga, 12 pull up. Mind you, it's a roundabout. So instantly I see them. I fucking dip the fuck off.
Your first mistake.
Not necessarily. Because
it could play out a couple different ways.
Because you gotta understand, right?
It could play out a couple different ways.
In my head, I'm like, all right, like, I mean, they don't know how long I was there.
Yeah.
Like, you know, maybe this was just like some type of because I'm trying to think I can't just stay here.
Yeah.
I can't just stay here. Like that's
then you feel like a sitting duck, but sometimes it depends. It depends.
Because the last thing,
it's a tricky situation when you're a criminal. You really got to strategize on the fly.
So we pull up, so we dip off. We make a left. 12 end up following us, right? So at this point, I'm like, all right, I'm about to get pulled over. It's about to happen.
It's happening.
I'm like, all right, let me make sure my grinder's in the right place.
I already started printing up his t-shirt.
Literally.
He was a pillar. He ain't done nothing to nobody.
Hashtag
Freedom.
BLM. But the funny thing is, we drive at least a mile. Like, we get close back to my apartment. So we're making all these turns, and for a second, I thought I lost him, but I see the nigga. Lights come on. We like right in front of our apartment. He pulled up to my window. It's two of them, right? One's black, one's white. The black one's name's Mr. White. The white one's name's Mr. Black. It's
like
one of those situations.
Just like the movie.
Literally like a fucking movie.
This shit like Johnny Test, nigga.
What character are you?
Nigga, I'm
because you could be like Kane and Menace's Cuba Gooding Jr. Menace's Society.
So they come to the window. I roll the window down. It's pretty obvious what was going on.
Right.
But I made sure, everything that was important was in the right place, if you know what I'm saying. So I had nothing to worry about per se.
Right.
Unless this nigga had the 1919 vision. What's better than 2020 vision, nigga?
Right.
But
infrared.
He's like, yeah, so do you know what that park is, right? That's Needle City. You know that, right? I'm like, Needle City? I'm sorry, sir. I don't know what needles are used for. You know what I mean? So he's like,
over there sewing?
He's like, yeah. I'm like, he's like, yeah, that's heroin, dog food, that rough.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, sir, mind you, I'm trying to elevate my fucking eyebrows because I know my eyes are already low naturally.
You
so if I'm high,
you almost want to tell him, nigga, I smoke weed. But I don't play with the needles.
He tells us, mind you, this bitch Benta is just laughing because she's high as shit. He tells us to get out the car. I'm like, fuck.
Here we go.
Mind you, he was cool. He didn't put us in handcuffs, but he did tell us to sit on the curb. So as we're sitting on the curb, Benta laughing, I'm thinking okay, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it shouldn't be too bad. Because I'm good at hiding shit. But all in all, he ended up finding the grinder. He ended up telling me, he was like, look, this isn't worth the paperwork, so I'm gonna let you go. But just know, don't smoke at that park ever again. And I was like, oh shit, thank you, Mr. Black. Mind you, it's the white cop, so that's his name though. Thank you, Mr. Black. We ended up going off and
my nigga.
Yeah, it was a good night.
Yeah, that's a dangerous situation.
And I still had the weed.
Yeah, you didn't have to swallow it or fucking throw it.
I didn't have to swallow. I didn't have to put it in my dick.
Yeah, that's very fortunate because that could have went very south.
It could have went very bad, and Benson was just laughing. I still think about what the fuck was so funny.
But I think that you can say that you don't consent to a search. I saw that on YouTube.
Yeah, you can definitely say that.
Yeah, so you didn't even have to get that far.
I wouldn't have got out the car.
AJ would have stood 10 toes.
He would have put
nigga.
out that phone. he would have.
I'm gonna make money off this stop.
MenaceMaterial, go to our IG.
Yeah,
it should be pinned.
No, it's in the top. It's in the top view. It's probably the second top view. It's right after where.
yeah.
It's
But
right
yeah,
after
yeah.
what happened to Wax.
AJ
Yeah,
get
yeah.
pulled over and turn the seat warmer on.
Yeah.
So we gonna be here for a minute. Let me get
Yeah.
comfortable.
Let me call my lawyer too.
Yeah,
nigga.
literally, yeah.
Yeah, AJ. Well, it's different. It was a different time. I was about 20, 19.
Yeah, you don't know the law. You just know how to break it.
I didn't know no any better. I just knew I needed to get out the car for something bad. happened.
Oh, full circle moment. On my birthday, I worked and I went to the house that I was leaving for my job.
Yeah.
I closed that job on my birthday. I made that sale on my birthday.
Oh, what?
It literally just my past birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was back in that area at the house that I was at before I got pulled over. Closed that sale.
Wow.
Yeah. Literally full circle.
Reparations, nigga.
Yeah. So I made money. I made money off them pulling me over. I didn't get no ticket, and I closed that deal.
Nigga said blue dollars matter.
Yeah, dead ass.
Nigga said 1, 2, 3. Nigga, that's I like that shit.
And I wonder, do they have to pay a fine when they get in trouble like that? Is there some type of financial penalty?
They
Yes.
don't, but
Because
somebody
he
does.
probably lost money and you gained money in that shit.
Oh no.
Rich dad,
only
poor
if
dad.
only if I sued them.
Only if you sued.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I sued them, then the police department would have to pay.
Which is like,
Get that motherfucking ass.
yeah, nah, you
And
probably
then
should.
depending.
Get his ass.
Yeah, I don't know. I still might. It's still open. I still have time. And then it's like depending. I think it only depends on how much. Like if I hit him for like $1 million, like the police department like had to settle for $1 million, that nigga's probably gonna lose his job. But if it's like 10, 20 G's, 30 G's,
Yeah,
he
nah.
probably won't lose it. He might get
Yeah.
suspended for some shit. Like you know what I mean?
And it
But
won't even be like they're mad at him, so they're suspending him. It's just like, it's just procedure, dog. Like, it's one
kind
of
of
those
thing.
things.
Yeah. I think it's got to be a certain dollar amount attached to it.
The
Have
police
to.
department, they're a gang. They just gonna DP him and then they'll call it a day.
Yeah.
Just beat his ass with some clubs and then,
Literally.
he can go on patrol tomorrow, nigga. It'll be all right.
Chaperone a nigga.
Yeah. But speaking about jobs, so like,
I didn't know you wanted. I was about to say.
I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
And I
So
think
it's happening.
Saying it on here is gonna put it on wax.
But are you going to say the
confirm.
name?
I was thinking about that.
I'm going to let you speak.
We're gonna see. We're gonna fill it out.
Okay.
But the point in time I'm at in my life right now, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm miserable. I'm depressed,
AJ,
but only at work. My work, I talk about all the time. You guys know what I do for a living. You probably know the company as much as we've alluded to it.
And if you don't, Tony delivers packages.
I sling them. I don't even like to say deliver.
Yeah,
I treat it like the drug game.
Yeah, he slings them. I did it for about a week, and my first real day alone, I quit.
Yeah.
So like that should just tell you. That should tell you one or two things about what I'm willing to do for money or how bad what that job was. Nigga,
Yeah,
it's
right.
Two different things, but yeah.
You got too much estrogen.
Nah, I mean, you got. But what are you about to do? Wait, is your back hurting? Are you okay?
No, I'm okay. That was just for legal reasons. I had to lie to the job, and I can admit that on camera.
But
now.
I'm saying you're not like leaving because it's like it was too
it's
hard.
nothing physical. It's nothing, I'm trained for this. I'm
Okay.
primed
Yeah.
for the game.
You an
nigga.
animal. Yeah,
nigga,
yeah.
it's like I go 3 2-minute rounds back to back spawn, nigga. That's because I do 10 hours a day slinging packages. nigga.
Exactly.
It's nothing. I feel like Usain Bolt. But yesterday was my last day. Like, it was official. I was in that truck and I was looking around at things, and everybody
Slow down. What
everybody
specifically?
has a job where there's little things that goes wrong that adds up.
Yeah.
And you just reflect on yourself like, what the fuck am I doing here?
Right.
But like what?
I'm too smart for this shit. Too fucking handsome. I could it's so many other things I could be doing other than slinging these fucking packages.
All of the little things just built up.
All
Yeah.
the little things built up.
Yeah.
And you gotta think, this shit we doing right here, right now, is taking the fuck off. This
Yeah.
is more serious than ever on these microphones. So
The goal is by next quarter.
At least the quarter 3.
No, by quarter 2. Quarter 3, I'm gonna be upset.
Halftime.
But quarter 3, that's when it's like
Quarter
that's at
3
least official.
Official. I feel like quarter 3, we might be we'll have savings money. You know
we're
what I'm
gonna
saying?
have a
Like,
triple double by halftime.
yeah, type shit.
We're the
Yeah.
masters of our universe. We can put whatever
That's a
we
fact.
do our
Yeah,
minds
yeah.
to. Quarter, we're not gonna tell our plan.
Where your
but,
crystal at, nigga?
hey, it's in my back pocket.
Wishful thinking.
But
regardless,
I
fuck that job.
When because the day I quit, I had called Tony. I called my sister too, and both with the same sentiment. I think my sister didn't answer first, so I called you. I had to call somebody.
Yeah.
And it was just the same sentiment. I was just like, I don't know, like this.
What am I doing?
This is. I'm better than this,
Bro,
like this is lesser. Like this isn't me. I'm like for all intents, for all corny purposes, I'm a king.
You feel better than this.
I'm a king, nigga.
You just have you have different abilities that can grant you more money. I was in that van and I was like, nigga, I could be selling crack.
Yeah.
I'd much rather sell crack than sling packages.
Yeah.
Start a strip club.
And it's really just the principle of like
DoorDash.
It's just the principle of like self-worth and just knowing like just the law of diminishing returns. Like you got to know what's worth it. You get what I mean? Like, is it really worth it?
We was at the meeting the other day.
Yeah.
The other day at work. And so, you know, the current season that we in is referred to as peak because that's when we get to the top of our requirements.
Ho, ho, ho.
And so many more packages getting slung out this time of year. You know, niggas need Christmas presents under that tree. So our company, almost said the name. I still don't know if I'm going to say the name yet. I still haven't officially quit.
Why?
Because you got to be strategic. You can't operate off emotions, J. Nobles. Is that something that you would recommend?
You're saying this
You
now?
can't have one bad day at work and be ready to kamikaze.
All
I
right,
am leaving.
You fucking dick. While we was
I'm
in the car on
leaving.
the way, you was like, Wednesday's gonna be my last day. I know it. It's over.
I didn't
Wednesday
say
gonna
that.
be my.
I didn't say
You
that
didn't
at
say
all.
that.
I said
You didn't say that.
I said yesterday was my last day potentially.
Oh.
But that's only because I have 2 days to think about it.
Yeah, because you
So
was
I
like,
can really put the thought process into action. You know, weigh the pros and the cons.
AJ, this nigga was like, I ain't going back next Wednesday. I was, and I'm doing the whole like, I don't know, tone. Like maybe you kind of like. Because at least with me,
No.
my first day, I knew what it was.
Yeah.
Like I didn't waste anybody's time. I was like, no.
This
like,
ain't for me.
I can find something better. Let's just thank you for the
right.
opportunity.
You're right.
He waited a couple months.
I didn't wait
So
a
it's
couple
like-
months. I was man enough to handle it
So it's-
for a couple months. That's what it was.
So what it was, he willingly became a slave, right? Like what
They
we was just
promised
talking
me
about.
a better afterlife,
Oh,
nigga.
yeah.
What
you
would
see,
you
you see
do?
how they get niggas? They get niggas so good. They
Nigga
get
said, I'm going to have 32 bad bitches in a stimmy.
Yeah,
I was like,
bet,
all right,
nigga.
I'll work at Amazon.
But
Fuck it.
that's but this nigga, I'm doing the whole like, nah, man, and like we didn't get this far because I understood where he was coming from. I was like, yeah, fuck it, I can't even tell you. But he was already working there for a couple months. Like, nigga, you might as well just at least work 2 more weeks.
For what?
Get 1 more paycheck and then in between find a new job.
Yeah,
because
especially if you don't have anything lined up.
because you gotta think about it. Like you worked, I waited. I didn't waste anybody's time. Like I knew what it was. You kind of stuck around. So
I didn't waste anybody's time.
But
I worked for 5 fucking months. Their turnover is 2. That's the average. Most niggas don't even last 2 months in that bitch.
Damn.
That's why there's a 3-month like
Probationary
audition trial error.
Yeah, probationary period.
Kind of like at your job.
Yeah.
Like there's a certain quota you got to meet.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
once you clear that, it's like, all right, you officially on the
Yeah,
team.
yeah.
You got to be there to even keep working there. So I cleared that, gave them niggas 2.5 more months.
But still, though, in the
But
car,
fuck it.
you was like, you wasn't trying to go back next week. And I think you still should.
I was a little emotional.
I think you should.
But the thing is, I'm not going back.
I think you should.
This isn't the type of job to where you want to thug it out another 2 weeks. That just doesn't happen. Unless you're
It's getting
desperate.
cold too.
I'm not desperate.
Oh, now you're not desperate.
Financially, I got savings. I got the checks that are incoming. And I'm going to be making money on the side, you know, while I'm entertaining other gigs.
Nigga, you stupid
While I'm
as shit.
finding another occupation.
You
nigga.
stupid as shit, nigga. You better, hey, look, I don't.
But I forgot, niggas got cut off. At the morning meeting, right, you know, we in there, we talking with management, we having a discussion and say like, you know, this is peak season.
Yeah.
But peak season's coming to a close, so there's cutbacks that have to happen.
What does that
There's
mean?
a couple of you niggas on the chopping block, so, you know, every day is now an audition. If you ain't performing up to par, you might get up out of here, nigga.
Yeah, it's over.
You might get 2 knocks.
Yeah,
and it's
yeah.
done. You unconscious.
Yeah.
And then he even put at the end, he was like, and you know, because I'm not a seasonal employee. I'm a regular. I got here with
Before the season.
dignity.
Yeah.
They wasn't desperate when they hired me.
Yeah.
A lot of these niggas is desperation hires. That's why they out here fucking up. I've seen 3 of them niggas get fired in their first week. But
You fucked up too, don't? Let's
I
not
fucked
talk
up a
shit
little
about
bit too.
like other niggas.
But nobody there is unscathed. It's impossible. We are driving a fat ass cargo van in neighborhoods. Sometimes we got to thread that needle. And there's niggas who've done a lot more treacherous shit than me. One girl that's our best driver on the rotation guillotined the top of a van. And she's the best driver by every metric.
A girl?
Yeah.
How do you guillotine a van?
Nigga, bad decision making.
What the fuck?
So when he said the shit, like, it
He
pertained
was
to
like,
you.
even, nah, not necessarily. Yes.
It pertained to you.
Yes,
What did he
and
say?
others.
What did he say? What did he
He was
say?
like, you know, it's a couple of you regular niggas on the chopping block too, nigga.
Yeah.
If you ain't performing up to par, you know, you keep fucking up, you out of here.
Yeah.
So a part of this is I'm trying to throw the jab first. You know what I'm saying?
Well.
I want to make it seem like I'm trimming the fat. They
Okay,
not trimming
well,
the fat. I'm the butcher in the situation.
You're not the butcher. He's not
I'm
the
the butcher in the situation. I have the leverage. If I leave
Benny
first,
is not around.
No.
if I leave first, I hold the leverage.
Benny is
Getting
gone.
fired isn't always a bad thing.
It's not always a bad
Because then you
thing.
can get unemployment. You can't get unemployment if you quit.
That is true. Do I want a handout from the government for doing nothing? Yes.
But caveat, it's not.
With my luck, that would be my plan, and they would keep me on the team.
And
So then I just fucking pimp myself out for another 2 weeks for nothing.
and unemployment, like, nigga, it's not COVID times no more. Unemployment, you ain't getting shit.
Yeah, it's not going to be huge,
It's
but
not
at
gonna be
least,
huge,
but
yeah.
at least your money doesn't dry up.
It's better than
Yeah.
$0.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And you know, I got a plan in place of how I'm gonna be making this money while I'm finding that next gig. But I would much rather be doing something else, making slightly less money for 2 weeks, than to go back to that shit.
Yeah.
It's hell. It's cardboard purgatory, nigga. Fuck that shit.
I'm going to name the episode that.
Nigga, have you ain't never stared 18 totes in the face?
I have.
Maybe.
I literally have.
But you
That's why I quit.
You didn't do it for 6 months, nigga.
Yeah, I was smart enough to quit.
I
Stop
didn't
saying
blink
that.
for
Why
6
you keep,
months.
You're not like man. You're not like the manliest of man because you stuck it out. You're dumb.
Nah, not necessarily. Not necessarily.
you
Don't
should've-
act like you didn't give me my respect for thugging that shit out.
No, I did.
You giving me my respect.
I gave you
'Cause
your.
you've experienced
I gave
it.
you your respect on the aspect of like this nigga Tony. Like he's going. I don't know. Just because it's like I couldn't even like process that shit. Like I'm in a van with like barely no fucking air. You know what I mean? Delivering these niggas packages.
No
It's
bathroom
called-
break.
Yeah, well, no mandatory bathroom break, but you know, I piss in cups. That's another thing.
That
Pissing-
alone is
like
crazy.
Yeah.
I'm not.
And
like,
you know,
that
now
alone
that
is-
I'm leaving, I can tell a few stories. Like, there was this one instance. I was pissing in a cup, but for some reason, when I'm pissing at work, I can't hold it as well. Like, as soon as I pull my piece out, I gotta piss. It's no like wait for the cup to be in a proper position for precise,
you
accurate aim.
serious?
So sometimes there was one time.
Nigga don't got no.
What
Can't
a
control his
curry.
bladder.
See,
You can't control your bladder.
you don't know what it's like to hold
You're
your
right.
piss
I
190 stops C. You don't know. You don't be in these Sprinter vans, nigga.
I'm smarter.
It's a different world.
I know.
You're lazier.
I'm
So
rich.
go ahead.
You know, I accidentally put the sprinkler system on somebody's package. I didn't deliver it to him, though. You know, I marked it as damaged. I punched a hole in that shit, so I ain't had to give it to him, but I pissed all over that shit. It's niggas worse than me, though. It's niggas who leave full bottles of piss in the whole cargo van, which is ridiculous.
I just think it's ridiculous that there's a culture of peeing in bottles.
This is the life he lived. Like
That's what
this
I'm
is
saying,
this.
like, the
it's-
fact
this
that
is this
It's
nigga.
necessary. It's not.
No, that's the problem.
It's completely necessary.
The fact that it's so completely necessary and
You can't compute
normalized
that shit, right?
It's crazy.
Which is
It's
why.
crazy. It's
Which
crazy.
is why I lasted a week.
You should see where we shit.
Yeah.
The fuck?
I'm joking.
I was about to say,
yeah,
nigga,
yeah.
what?
Yeah. I don't know what everybody else doing, but you know,
Right.
it's time to sit. I'm taking the 15.
You gotta watch that
I
ice
gotta go
bucket
find
every
the
day.
McDonald's, nigga. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's a dirty game. I'm ready to get about this shit.
I've been telling you to come to my shit. I mean, it's still stressful, but at least you're not like doing slave work. Like,
Yeah, I
fuck
go
that
do
shit.
something easier.
You gonna go do that?
Yeah, I'm a little white collar.
And he says
potentially.
it's- and he says
I'm filling out options.
And he says it's easier, but it's the hardest. It's the hardest.
how many
shit.
cups do you piss in?
They have bathrooms, nigga.
Exactly.
They have
You in a
lavatories.
plush atmosphere, nigga. You have a meditation room. You know why I meditate? On somebody's fucking porch. That's why I get a quick breath to come into center. And then I got to run back out, dodge the dog immediately. Hopefully it's not raining and not bust my ass getting into the cargo van.
Now, is this a cry?
And do all that shit before 7:30.
Now, is this a cry for help, or are you just telling me this? Like,
It's
just
not a
to kinda-
cry for help, but it is a soundbite appealing to all the blue-collar class working working niggas out there. There's a lot of them that watch this very show.
And if y'all do, y'all are better, y'all are smarter, because you're watching us, one. So, we're probably, close in mindset, hopefully.
Similar.
You're smart. You're smarter than that.
You're probably smarter than us.
Leave FedEx, nigga.
Especially FedEx. That was like the ghetto version, too.
He said the ghetto, but he's stuck in the major list.
Right.
Like, he's
It was the
still,
ghetto
he's
version.
still like in the ghetto
He's
version.
still in the Matrix.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what game you win.
He didn't even understand.
You
yet.
don't understand? Like,
It doesn't matter what game you win. There's always a way to make it harder than it has to be. And that's what FedEx does. Their whole system, because I talked to one of them niggas, I was like, our job seems so much easier compared to what you do, and we do the same thing.
Tony, I
Tell
don't...
you.
Look,
Y'all niggas not even, they don't even get paid when they get there. Yeah, I forgot y'all niggas. You couldn't survive.
Whoa.
You didn't have the crack kids.
I don't even want that to be like, whoa, not y'all.
What?
Them niggas.
Yeah, nah, yeah.
Yeah.
You not a soldier,
Them
nigga.
niggas.
You don't have PTSD.
Them niggas.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
The other niggas, the
Yeah,
superior
yeah.
niggas.
Superior niggas.
It's this thing called mental fortitude in life, right?
What about it?
It's a certain catalyst that your brain develops.
Yeah.
Kobe called it the Mamba mentality. Michael Jordan called it being Michael Jordan.
I took it personal.
Literally,
Yeah.
You know, that's what it takes to survive in that atmosphere. But I'm up out of that shit. I gave them niggas 6 months. I retire on top.
You retire on top.
My
I
last
think,
day.
I think you should try to get fired.
That's a good point. But then,
But like, it's funny how you're saying try. He's getting fired. He's the worst nigga there. Like, and like that's why he's trying to quit now, because he doesn't want the embarrassment.
Once
there's no embarrassment. There's no embarrassment.
I think that it
Nigga,
sounds like it's a little bit.
getting fired
It's
from
no
a delivery place, that's probably like, nigga, you got fired from that. Like, what, nigga?
It's like getting fired on your day off.
I mean, if you want to shame it, yeah, but you can get fired from anywhere, nigga.
But getting
You
fired.
got fired from Harris Teeter. You was a bagger boy. How hard is that to fuck up?
I got fired for nigga reasons for not showing up, which is a nigga reason. You're getting fired for just like
For-
bad work.
Hold up.
For driving too
He
fast.
getting
That's a
fired.
nigga reason.
and to be fair,
For popping wheelies in the van.
No, nigga.
That's a Philly nigga reason.
No, nigga, for hitting water pipes, nigga.
and to be
Nigga
fair,
reason.
bro, Harris Teeter be doing random drug tests, bro. Like
Used to.
they don't do that no more.
Yeah, they don't do that anymore. They don't do any tests anymore, which is fortunate. Granted, I wasn't smoking back then when I was working, but I wasn't smoking heavy, but
I couldn't work there because I failed the initial drug test.
yeah. And they
Did you took it yourself? You didn't try to get a
nah,
clean
they
sample?
had the shit when I was there. They had the shit.
It was on site, nigga.
The swab.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, they getting all up in your, like, yeah, you.
Yeah, that shit was on, and it was like, congratulations, like we want to offer you the job. Go take this piss test. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's like, you don't have to leave nowhere. We're gonna do it right now. It's like, so that's why.
Yeah, they're doing you a favor.
Why can't you be a junkie and a cashier?
Same thing happened at Target. Like, I got a job. I went to like a job fair at a hotel for Target, and I was like, "Congratulations, we'll give you the job. Go in this hotel room. We've converted a hotel room into a fucking drug test center." I'm like, "What the fuck? I'm not gonna get this job." Like,
Yo,
this
that's
is like,
crazy.
normally I get to go to the location.
I applied to 2 FedEx corporations. I didn't get the first one because I think I failed that piss test, but the second one I got it because I passed it.
You did what you had to do.
I did my thingy thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take it thing.
You operated a heist, nigga.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Which was a waste of time because it's like I just ended up quitting in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, nah.
It's crazy how like you could put so much effort into something and that shit just,
Just say fuck it.
it's like, it doesn't even matter.
Nigga, that's
It's a waste of time.
That's most people's goals.
Yeah, that's life.
Being successful is an anomaly. Everybody's usually failing.
Yeah.
Miserably. That's why it's so fucking funny. It's relatable.
Yeah. Shit's really crazy.
Yeah, yeah. God damn, that shit was clear.
I know. Yeah.
That shit came right through.
The sound was still on this.
What was we just talking about? I had another point to that shit.
About working and wanting to quit your job and be a better person.
I don't know, not necessarily. But yeah, Tone Groove slinging crack, so if you need that butter,
That's
I
crazy.
got you.
No, nigga
I
ain't slinging
got you,
crack.
nigga.
I'm telling you, nigga, you gotta come over to my shit, you know. I'll teach you how to really talk. Really talk in a mic.
Be an even worse person to the community.
Nah, man.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, sell
It's
insurance, nigga. At least crack
not
is making
selling
people
insurance.
happy.
I'm not selling insurance. I'm selling something better than insurance.
You selling debt.
Selling dreams.
Yeah,
Not really, man. I'm selling, you know, customer communications.
Yeah,
You know?
you're doing the devil's work.
I can't wait for somebody to ask me what I do. It's like, yeah, I'm in tech sales. I can't wait for somebody to ask me that. That shit sound good. No, that shit sound crazy, don't it?
But what if they start
I'm in
asking
tech sales?
What if they start asking you questions?
Yeah, I'm in tech sales.
What do
Is
you
this
say?
is this your first call center job?
Yeah. But
Okay. Have you ever done a call center job?
Nah.
I feel like that's like a phase that nigga. So it's like,
But-
you start at like
Yeah.
slinging packages, and then there's a phase when like everybody's like, we're gonna work at call center jobs because
Yeah.
it's a
But
clear
you-
increase.
Once you
in
lose
It's
all
not-
your testosterone.
Yeah.
but it's not really a call center job because it's like the energy isn't even on that level. Like
Yeah.
we're making way more money than like some Spectrum call center, like for sure.
possibly.
For sure.
Hey, nigga.
Yo, some
the-
nigga,
what's the-
I'm not gonna.
and I'm in the
What's the-
Matrix.
what's the-
so,
what's
so,
the-
so,
And I'm in the Matrix.
What's the top person making?
there
a
is
year?
no cap.
So
The
what's the
base-
top person averaging?
This one
year?
nigga, I'm not gonna say his name. He's white. And I don't want him to die. This nigga's gonna kill him.
Let's call him Peter.
He had the best month, not even in company history, but he had his best month. The nigga is gonna get a $15,000 to like $20,000 commission check next month, January, and that's just because he's calling the right people. So he's calling financial services,
And
I'm calling insurance agents. It's a drawn out conversation, but insurance agents don't have as much money as financial services
Because y'all selling
So it's like-
bullshit. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, I'm just saying, don't shit on them Spectrum. Some Spectrum niggas, top ones, 150, 170 a year, 120 to 150. Like, yeah, easy.
Light
Yeah.
on a Tuesday.
Niggas are getting money over there, bro. When I was over there, my second year, I did 105.
105.
105 in
And
my
he
second
put
year.
50 there in the strip club.
In my second year.
What
I
was
started
you-
working there in March on year one. By the end of that year, I did 70. And I didn't even have a full 12 months there. The next year, I did 105.
See, he's so deep into his company's propaganda, he doesn't even understand that there's
Yeah, like, and we're
there's
not
niggas
talking
out here dropping 30.
And this is the thing
I said
too.
that
It was
to you
like, and it
5
wasn't,
ago.
and it wasn't
30,
even,
nigga.
and that's another thing too. Because like my job now, it's like I can have a hot month where I bring in 15 in 1 month, but
Yeah.
then the next month I might only do like 25. You know what I'm saying? Like Spectrum was consistent. Like
Yeah.
I'm consistently getting that bag every fucking month. Like
Yeah.
Because what do niggas want? Network access and Wi-Fi. They don't want that fucking bullshit insurance that's not even going to work. What exactly are you selling? Are you? You
I was
said
about
you
to
in
say,
tech
what
sales.
do
Are
I
you
do?
selling?
What do I do? Because
I could've sworn-
you keep saying
I
I
could've
sell
sworn that
insurance.
you-
There's a disconnect here.
But
I
see,
could've
this
sworn
is
there was
like
an
this is like the
episode-
funny thing in life. It's not. I can't just explain my job within 2 sentences like he can. Because I actually do something important. Like I can't
Because
just say
if you-
delivery driver and just like that's the conversation.
Because
like, you
if
don't
you
know.
said simply what you do, you would expose who you are. So you
How?
got to put a lot of double speak on that shit.
How?
Because you're going to reveal that you a slimy salesman.
I'm
nigga.
not selling
that you,
snake oil.
You might as well be.
How?
What do you sell?
I sell. It's basically a client communication tool to like different, firms, agents,
A client
owners.
communication tool. So you slinging middleman subscriptions? What is this?
Nah, it's actually way better because it's not automated. I could get into it right now, but
We're asking you to. What?
no.
I thought it took you more than just 2 sentences. You explained that shit pretty fast.
I mean, it's more than that, but it's like, why? I'm not about to explain my fucking company, nigga. Like,
yeah.
because you want to like.
Notice how nobody likes to read the nutritional facts.
what you?
Nobody wants to tell you how many calories is in this bullshit.
What do you want me to? What do you want to know?
What do you sell when you call somebody?
Yeah.
Right. What are you trying to get them to purchase?
I'm setting the meeting, but the point is, it's a client communication
So
tool.
what does the important person at your job do? What is he selling? Because you just a calendar. I forgot about that.
The calendar.
Yeah.
the appointment center.
You book
Can
appointments.
can you call somebody and get them? Like, can you book an appointment with somebody? Do you know? You
What?
think so? Like, could you book an appointment
Can
with
I book an
somebody you
appointment?
know.
Could I use a phone and probably basic Microsoft Word fucking fundamentals? Yes.
What do you think? What do you think I do? You think I
Bullshit.
just call people and it's just like easy?
I feel like you sit down, twiddle your thumbs, and wait till 4 o'clock, nigga.
Therapy is in the package plan. That's how stressful the job is.
That's just how mentally weak this salesman might be.
How so?
Just a person in this position.
Have you ever been a salesman?
Yeah.
GNC is not
Slightly.
selling.
I did have to sell.
He calling me the snake. This nigga worked at GNC. Mm-hmm. That's the most slimiest shit ever.
No, not
you're
necessarily.
You're selling niggas.
At least I'm selling hope.
You're selling.
You're not
niggas,
even selling hope.
You're selling niggas fake powder. What I'm selling, right? What I'm trying to give is these agents is just a better way to communicate with their clients. That's a little bit more proactive throughout the year.
That's
nigga.
a fun way of saying debt. I'm selling niggas a dream. I'm selling niggas, this could be you. All you gotta do is take 2 scoops of this powder every morning.
Does
What point
GNC
are you
pay pretty
making?
well since they're because you do get commission at GNC.
You do
right?
get like nigga, you're commission based. I think the salary there was like $750.
So it was minimum wage plus commission.
Yeah, plus commission. So I was probably getting, and I got paid every week. I was probably getting like on a good week, like 6, maybe 5 and some change at 18, 19. So it was not the worst thing in the
That's
world.
pretty good at that age too, especially.
Actually, now I think about it, it might have been a little less. It might have been like 4 or 5. I was about to say that was too good of money.
Yeah,
it was 4 or 5.
I say 600 a week, 600 a week. That's not bad.
I was like, I don't think I'm making that now. Might have to go back and sling
I'm
some
about to say,
minerals.
nigga, you better go
nigga.
sling some protein powder.
Be the plug.
Nigga, you already hey, fuck that.
Getting niggas some creatine. But I do have
Nah.
a sales background, nigga.
You know, I just thought about that
I
because
sold health.
that is true. Now I was just thinking, like working at GNC, like I wonder if that's how niggas get introduced to the black market of like steroids. Like you could be a nigga selling steroids out the trunk of your car, low key.
Oh no, there was definitely we had an employee there. He was actually my manager. He was into a lot of things for needles. He did heroin, but he also was the steroid connect for that store.
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see anybody go in there and like try to purchase a jab, but I knew that that's what lane
He's
was
in that world.
I heard they be
you know.
selling that shit like in the bathrooms at gyms and shit too.
Niggas be getting
Probably.
stuck in the buttocks with a needle.
Yeah, like
Live.
they be like when that nigga shows up to get his reps, he's like, I got the bag with me too.
How much a jab costs?
have
That's
no-
how much. That's
I have
what they
no
call
idea.
it too.
Or
Let me get a
stab.
jab.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
like that's a lot safer than selling drugs though. I feel like it's harder to like. I feel like the police won't bother you as quickly.
If the police stop you and they see a bunch of steroids in a bag, I don't even know if they could process what type of crime they would charge
That's
you
what I'm
with.
saying. Yeah,
Like,
I feel like it would
what
throw
can-
them off a little bit. Like you can get a pass a couple times
Is
first.
this worth weed? Can we put this nigga in jail for this?
Yeah, like
Canines can't even smell that.
that's what I'm saying. It's concealable.
And you could probably lie and be like, nigga, this is my Ozempic.
You can say you can say
I'll
anything.
take it in liquid form. Fuck it.
Yeah,
Shit.
it's probably a decent business to be in.
Yeah, nah, I would, it's better than slinging packages for sure.
It depends on. It depends. Like, it depends on if niggas who do steroids have the same mindset as like, a crackhead. Because if you selling, crack to a crackhead,
I think they do.
You should be pretty safe because you're selling something that's like, nigga,
gotta
they
come back
need.
for it.
They need.
Nigga, them steroid niggas be needing that
And
shit.
it's the same
Yeah,
concept because
yeah.
it's like if they don't use it, like nigga, they're all those muscles and veins. Those
I'd
think the
rather
only-
sell steroids than crack because the clientele. Like you got to think if you were
That
if
is
you
a
were
good point,
if
too.
you're
No.
a landlord, you're not just renting a crib to anybody. You want a nigga with good credit that's gonna pay his bills on time.
Yeah.
Crackhead's gonna try to give you a cheeseburger and a pink sock
They're
and
always
try
gonna
to
try to
make
get
something
over on
shake
you.
with that. A steroid user
He's gonna be-
pays a gym subscription, so he's got some type of bank set up.
Yeah, that's a fact. Yeah,
He's probably-
he's probably got a job.
If you're buying steroids, you probably also got some creatine, some powder and shit.
Yeah, that's
you
true.
got to eat 3 meals a day
What
with
that gotta do with
5,000
you-
calories.
what that
You're
gotta do?
paying for things. A crackhead might not come with money. He
What-
might come with a wet mouth.
What was that movie with Anthony Mackie? What'd you say?
I said he might come with a wet mouth because sometimes they offer head in exchange of currency, and he said dry
Probably
and
drive
ashy
you.
dick sucked.
Right, if you fucking on crack,
They probably
I get cotton mouth from the blunt, nigga. You
They-
know what I'm
they
saying?
probably got secret
I don't
ways.
know what crack does to you.
I can only imagine. Crack probably turn your mouth into a desert. He probably got sand in his tongue.
yeah, definitely a dry vacuum. But it's all what the fuck is I about to say?
Something about crack. Heroin.
What was that movie with The Rock, Anthony Mackie, and Mark Wahlberg? It was about all them niggas was like gym bros doing steroids and crack.
I don't remember what the movie was, but I saw it though.
That was based off of a true story.
It was, yeah.
Based on 3 niggas who was just into steroids.
I forgot about that
and
movie.
drugs. It was a good movie.
Because Anthony Mackie was like, he was drinking breast milk in the strip club and shit.
Bro,
yeah,
and that was a real movie. So like
Yeah,
these
that
people
was
exist.
based off a true-
Granted,
yeah.
they might only exist in Miami, but
yeah. I was about to say probably like Miami Beach,
South
Venice
Beach.
Beach, shit like that.
It's
California.
only in Miami Beach a nigga is drinking titty milk in the locker room.
Yeah.
Trying to
But
get his
that's-
hormones balanced.
but
I feel
that's-
like the only thing with that steroid shit, I don't know how they eventually got busted, but I feel like if you sell some shit that kill a nigga, you're definitely fucked.
yeah, but even then, it might be hard to track you down because usually if you're selling it, you're not administering it.
Yeah, but you can still like the text messages. Once they die,
Well,
they
yeah,
gonna
the
go
text
through, like they
messages,
gonna find you.
Yeah, potential. Yeah.
potentially. Nigga,
That's just like that's just like if
Yo, get your
a
ass.
drug dealer sells, if you overdose off something, the drug dealer can get charged.
yeah.
For selling you that shit. So
Unless you like a white, because I think Demi Lovato's drug dealer, that nigga just still walking around doing
Mac
interviews,
Miller's drug dealer's in jail right now.
which is
But
weird.
Demi Lovato's not dead though.
Michael Jackson's
Yeah.
drug dealer's locked up as well.
He is, yeah. The doctor.
Yeah, he deep in that cell, nigga.
Yeah. Yeah, you sell some shit to a nigga that kills him, you're definitely fucked.
Yeah, because what do you get charged with? Is that murder or is that manslaughter? Like, what is the legalese
I think it's
behind that?
I think manslaughter is like an accident, so I think it's manslaughter.
It's like manslaughter.
Even though it sounds worse.
And I think depending on like if a nigga overdoses on drugs, but it was legitimate drugs, I don't know if you getting charged. But if you
No,
sell
like CVS isn't getting charged.
if you sell counterfeit drugs, no matter what happens, you definitely get some type of penalty.
yeah, for sure.
It's over for you, nigga. You cut that shit.
Yeah.
The feds don't like it when you step on the work, nigga. They need pure at least.
Yeah. I mean, they like it because they can see the footprints and track your ass down, but like
Pretty much, yeah.
it kills people, so that causes
That's
problems.
another thing. That was a lot of my commission at GNC went to assistant drug dealers.
Assistant drug dealers.
Yeah, that was my main clientele.
mean?
It was a bunch of niggas coming in there to buy some B12. And, if you in a certain game, if you slinging a certain product, that B12 is what you use to, cut the work up into pieces, make it bite-sized.
Oh, really? They were buying that at GNC?
Yeah, that's where you sell it.
Oh shit.
You get a mineral like that, nigga, that's
So you saw
GNC. That's what's that other show? The Vitamin Shop.
So you saw niggas
Yeah,
just going up in there buying B12?
This nigga,
But like it had to be a certain type of.
it's a certain type of bro. Nobody just buys B12. Like if it's
Yeah.
a white dude like that's poorly, and he coming in buying B12. It's probably for health issues.
Yeah.
This nigga came. I'm talking to this nigga. And he has gold fangs. You don't even look like you worked out.
Niggas are in designer and shit.
You know what they're
Yeah.
buying it for. It's just a
Nigga
certain.
said-
It's an aura in the room.
Bro,
Nigga,
that's
this
like
nigga slings.
B12. Now my shit come blowing up.
Yeah.
Shout out
I'm about
Project
to,
Fat
yeah,
nigga.
I'm about to double and triple this bitch.
Yeah,
Bro,
yeah.
that's like when I
Niggas
go
going
to
to Red Lobster tonight.
that's like the same. That's how I be feeling when I go to the when you go to like the gun show at the state fair. Bruh,
Yeah, yeah.
it's like I get a kick because first of all, it's gonna be a bunch of country white folks. Like they're gonna be in that bitch.
It's
Right?
inevitable.
Nigga, I love when the hood niggas pull up, bro. It be 17 hood niggas. You could tell they run their block and they're coming to get Arsenal.
Yeah,
Like, bro, I
yeah.
love that shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Niggas is in this. Niggas cash, nigga, pockets fat. They
Yeah.
picking up AR-15s, clips. But I'm like, yeah,
Tank
like
tops
I
is
love
fitted.
it. Nigga,
And everybody's
dead-
smiling because the racist white people are like, yeah, kill him.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I love that
Everybody's
shit.
smiling and
Niggas
loving
is
it.
pulling up with cash, nigga. They pulling up with the fucking rims and shit.
Yeah.
Loading their trunks up, bro. Getting arsenals.
Niggas got everything except the license.
Say rims, snapbacks too.
Yeah, nah. Faux locks.
Yeah, that
Well, I mean,
shit.
Wicks.
I was about to say,
Yeah,
fuck
Wicks.
like-
Yeah, I'm gonna
sure,
say
yeah.
Wicks. Yeah.
Yeah, last time I was there, it was literally like I didn't see it the time before last, but the last time, it was literally like 4 cars of niggas pulled up, and I'm like, these niggas run the block. I know
Yeah.
they run their block.
Yeah.
Like
How they pulled up in synchronization.
they pulled up in synchronization.
Yeah.
Nobody looked like a bum.
Yeah.
All of them had bread, and they were buying everything they wanted, nigga. They was
Yeah.
like kids in candy shops in that bitch, and they like hold it. They like, nigga, this shit fire, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I know
Like,
what I got.
yeah.
Let me get my mom this for Christmas.
Yeah, bro, that shit is so beautiful to see, bro. I
What
love
Future
that
say
shit.
drug money.
Yeah, I love that shit.
Drug money's always wet and covered in powder.
Buy you what you want.
Yeah, nah. Drug money is beautiful. It's way
Yeah.
better than fucking delivery money and slimy salesman money. But
Slimy salesman.
You know.
Slimy salesman.
what was that shit about the color purple in the box?
Oh yeah, so the
Because
color
I think
purple.
I saw this.
Yeah, so the color purple just dropped, and it had one of like the best box office openings of like this year, and last year from Black women. So, which is it's kind of a feat. It's not too many like Black women movies that's dropped, so it's kind of like
Black women movies.
you get what I mean. So it's not a real. The achievement is still an achievement, but it's not too many. So it's like they're not facing up against too many. Like,
What's the last real Black woman movie you watched?
nigga, The Color Purple has the largest Christmas Day opening for a film since 2009.
God
and
damn.
And the second biggest Christmas Day opening of all time. So
Are you
yeah.
serious?
Nigga, that's what it says, nigga.
Shit.
And Fantasia is in the front, North Carolina legend.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. Where's she from?
Charlotte.
Wow.
Yeah.
I went to Charlotte. I don't know how I know this, but I guess she was a hoe back then. I guess she was just sucking dick. I remember I went to Charlotte one time.
She's a
and,
married woman now.
Did you meet one of her customers?
well, I guess, I went to Charlotte. I was a little kid, and I think it was a nigga who, grew up in Charlotte who knew Fantasia.
You got his dick sucked?
Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
imagine.
Which one?
Imagine the one.
The one that sucked four niggas off in the car?
Imagine her becoming a singer. It's no different. It's like, damn. Like,
An American Idol singer.
Oh, okay.
You
So
get what I'm saying?
she was popular in high school for her mouth skills, and now
well, I don't
people
know.
appreciate her lungs.
She was probably popular for singing too, but yeah, nigga, The Color Purple, because you gotta understand, like, I might have to see it now.
Have you seen the first one? The
Yeah, I was
original?
just about to say, have you seen the first?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
In
How-
parts.
I was
Like,
just about to
multiple
say-
watch the
different
first one.
times.
I've
not,
only
not
seen
full through.
I
Nah,
only
full
have childhood memories of certain scenes, like when that one
course,
bitch
yeah.
got evicted.
Evict, yeah.
Yeah.
Then he throw in the cornfields or something.
Yeah.
She was all snotty and crying. Nah, what was that situation? What?
I haven't seen that movie in a long time. I've definitely seen the whole thing at least twice, but I haven't seen it. It's because it's not a movie a
what
nigga
is-
wants to watch over and over.
It's
again.
one of
this is for a
those.
single Black woman.
Yeah, it's like, do you want to watch Black women get treated terribly for
Yeah.
the next 2 hours? Yeah, this
And-
is gonna be a great movie. You know what I'm saying? Then
And that's the thing with this one, that I'm not really like a musical type of nigga, but I don't know. Like, I might go watch it. It's some Black shit. I feel like we got to watch,
Oh, so
Black
this
shit.
is she's Black Anne Frank.
What are you talking about?
Seeley. She's the Black Anne Frank. Because I'm looking at the plot of the movie. It's saying that The Color Purple follows an African American teenager named Seeley, being raised in rural Georgia in the early 1900s. Through the letters written by Seeley to God, we follow her struggle with an abusive father, a teenage pregnancy, and an abusive marriage. Just like Anne Frank. She was facing adversity, so she wrote letters documenting her
Nigga,
experience
It is nothing like
for
Anne.
the future world to see.
niggas out here stretching.
Yo,
Nah, that's
Exactly.
right on par,
hey,
nigga.
Look, shout out to all the
It's-
Jews.
It's the diaries of a woman in distress.
It's more like Tyler Perry. Like,
sure.
What was that one movie?
Foundation.
What was the one movie?
All of them.
Yeah, but
all
Not-
of them.
No, not all of them. The one where like she fed him salad. That one where she kind of got to get back.
oh shit, she got to get back at the end of the movie.
The light skinned nigga with braids.
Yeah,
Is that the one
Was
where
that Diary of a Mad Black Woman?
Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
Wait,
That's what I would
salad.
compare it to.
You talking about when she threw the pot of grits on him? What movie was that?
So that was
I can't remember what that movie
That
was.
A
was-
steaming hot pot of grits.
That was
Yeah.
a different movie. The one I'm talking about is the scene where she had the salad and she's just kind of eating and he's all fucked up and she's like
He's in the
can't-
wheelchair.
and she's just
Because
like
he had AIDS. He caught AIDS or something like that.
yeah.
The dark skinned nigga, right?
Somebody
the dark skinned
lobbed it up
bald
to him.
nigga.
he caught AIDS from that light skinned bitch.
Yeah.
Yep. She burnt him.
Yeah.
Well, not burnt him. She killed him.
Yeah,
I thought-
essentially, yeah.
Wait,
Like he was to do her dirty as hell, and then he was cheating on her, got AIDS.
No, before the AIDS, wasn't he in a wheelchair for some reason? And
He got
didn't
into a
get
bad car
electric-
accident. He got into a bad car accident.
And
Then,
then he
she had to
found-
start giving him baths. She electrocuted him with a
Yeah.
toaster, and then the AIDS came. His movie, he had the same life trajectory as
Yo,
Precious.
Tony, slow down. That was a different Tyler Perry movie.
You sure?
The Toaster, that was Taraji's movie.
Yeah, the toaster was something
Slow
different.
down,
Oh,
nigga.
you right. You right.
Yeah, that's
You know
something
your
different.
black history, nigga.
The
Put
fact
a
that we
different
can,
black woman in different films,
fact
nigga.
that
What
we-
are
Are you proud?
You trying to say
You're
black
proud
women?
that you have black trauma memorized to a T.
They're movies.
You ain't shit.
They're not real.
Dr. Umar Johnson would probably throw you away, nigga.
The fact that we even have all these references.
The fact that I had to correct him on, nigga, that was Taraji's movie. But, I mean, Tyler Perry, he's made some pretty good movies.
No, that black woman did do something to the dude in the wheelchair. Because I remember a scene where he was looking.
He did.
Yeah, something
She
happened.
did, but she definitely did.
It wasn't a
she
toaster,
rolled
but
him into the
She
pool.
rolled him like down the stairs type shit.
Yeah.
something with water. Why are
Yeah.
black women always trying to drown our kings? Well, they beat them and cheat on them when the
I was
Hispanic
about to
women
say,
first. So
yeah.
they probably earned that slot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably deservingly so.
It's kind of crazy, honestly.
Yeah, nah. And they're always
like-
does it bother you that they
their
always
get back
look
is-
like you?
Not really. No. I just don't. No, it doesn't bother me.
Like you're the villain in every movie.
No, I'm literally
nigga.
the villain in every
You're
It
the
Tyler
happens
Tyler
Perry movie.
every time.
Yeah,
like
literally.
according to Tyler Perry, you should be paralyzed, burning with AIDS,
Technically, a nigga like you that delivers packages is gonna take my bitch.
with the braids.
Like literally,
I'm a good Christian man.
a hardworking nigga
Yeah.
that says, I don't like how he be treating you.
A hard-working nigga who don't know how to get out his,
You know what I'm
he's just
saying?
stuck
Hard
in his,
work.
yeah.
You
might have a record, which is why you there.
I'll take in a step kid.
Hey, the good man.
Yeah,
Suck
Yeah,
literally,
yeah.
bro.
You're a good guy.
This shit fucked up, bro.
Yeah,
It's
you the
fucked up
father
that,
that
like,
saving-
you
No,
the
you-
father that's not in the movie
No,
because you left before it started.
Hey, you're saving women.
Nigga, you might be the one that threw Celie out.
No, nigga.
Gorilla pimp.
Nah, nigga. But yeah, Tyler Perry. It's a weird setup. It's a weird way to like make a movie.
I wonder what
It's the easiest way though.
And what did the dark-skinned black man do to Tyler Perry? Nobody's answered that question. But did you see the real life iRobot situation with I almost called him Nikola Tesla with what's this nigga's name?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk?
Yeah, I had a
Oh,
brain
yeah,
fart.
yeah.
With Elon motherfucking Musk, nigga. It's like
He had a robot go crazy?
this. Yeah, apparently. Damn! I wish we could pull up the story because I read the article, but I was blazed and dazed.
Yeah.
So you know, the memory is not like.
I was just
I
trying
don't
to
have all the facts in order,
Just
but
paraphrase.
a robot is
paraphrase.
A robot
Paraphrase.
Yeah, paraphrase. I'm gonna paraphrase that shit.
That was crazy.
I'm a regulated.
Yeah.
But a robot assaulted an engineer in the shoulder. It's coming back to me slowly. I think
shit.
I don't know if it was trying to grab him or pat him on the back, but whatever it did, he did it like Frankenstein in that movie where he was just he didn't know grace. He just chopped that nigga's shit, and you know he got fucked up. But this is the first. I think this is the first instance of AI on human violence.
Yeah.
Other than like a self-driving car accidentally, you know, driving into a crowd of people or like, you know, causing an accident. This is the first time we got assaulted by a nigga with extremities.
Do you blame the AI or the nigga that coded it?
Or I kind of blame the engineer.
Because it's one of those things where it's not like it doesn't have the life like a dog does, where it's not just doing something out of like, hey, I want to do it. It's doing something that it was programmed to do.
I blame the engineer because you smart enough to get a degree in that field, but you still haven't watched movies, nigga. Like, if you watch enough movies, you have a degree. You know what to do in a zombie apocalypse. You know how to survive robots taking over. You got to move accordingly to the films, nigga. They're giving us the script. They're telling us the future.
A lot of things with movies, though, like...
So you think AI should not be advanced in terms of robots is what you're saying?
I'm not saying that, but if I'm in a room with several of them, I'm holding a couple cups of water just in case. And I'm being very cautious.
But just like...
Throw that shit on the nigga,
that
like
logic-
short circuit him. Like you can't be comfortable around him. It's too early.
You think water gonna destroy an AI?
Yeah, you know them shits are water.
Have you not seen
This nigga, but he watches
Dexter's
hella
Laboratory?
movies.
You haven't
I'm
watched
saying.
enough movies, nigga.
Dexter's
You
Laboratory.
remember
That's a TV show.
You remember in that Avengers movie? I don't know if it was
Age of
Endgame.
Ultron.
Nah, not that one. It was one that came after. Spider-Man figured out a plan because he watched Star Wars.
What one was that?
I forgot. I think it was the one
Way
where they
Home.
lost to Thanos. I believe it was that one. So
first
Endgame. It was either Endgame or Infinity War.
It was Infinity War.
One of those two.
He learned to watch movies to come up with a plan from him watching a movie and the character watching a movie to come up with.
It sounds hilarious, but that's not what happened.
It does sound crazy.
That's not what happened. I'm just using that to show precedent.
Okay.
You can take a movie strategy and apply it to your own life. Nigga.
I just think, but to my point
I
was,
try to live my life with the same level of charm as a Will Smith, to where it's like I can go through adversity, but I'm a charismatic black dude, so I probably just like moonwalk my way out of it. Green
Will
Miles.
Smith was a hell of a way to get at.
What's an AI? I know I've watched videos with Elon Musk talking about just AI in general, and he's saying it's inevitable. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Nigga, it's like a couple different AIs. Like you have an AI in your lap that's
Yeah, all
listening
of
to
us
you
do.
right now.
Right, yeah.
Hey Siri, like the shit is listening.
For all intents and purposes, this microphone is a robot.
No,
Technically,
It's a machine.
technically, it's a machine that serves a purpose. What's the actual definition of robot?
Tony,
A robot is just a machine.
It,
Your microwave is a robot. It just don't
I
transform.
don't think so. I think it's just a machine.
it's different.
Probably.
It's
That was a stretch. But definitely your phone.
it's different caveats. Like the phone for sure.
Alexa, what's that little vacuum that's shaped like a Frisbee disc and it just roams around? It's got a sensor.
I would count that as a
That's
robot.
a robot.
Roomba.
Roomba. It even,
Yeah.
A robot is a machine resembling a human being or able to replicate human movements and functions automatically.
Well,
So
with that definition, a Roomba isn't a robot.
Yeah.
And neither is like a Mars rover.
No, that's a
What's
robot.
Mars robot?
But no, I consider that a
The
robot
Mars
too.
rover.
Oh, the rover that they put on the
But
Mars.
based off
Yeah,
that definition, a Mars rover wouldn't count.
But it has.
It doesn't mimic
but
humans.
But it has the appendix of what a human has, in which is a claw /
Yeah,
a
it's
hand.
got the arms.
So
So
it doesn't have to-
It has robot qualities, but
Yeah.
it's certain like. And that's the thing. Google definitions. Sometimes you can't take them too literal.
Yeah.
Because it's like, nigga,
And sometimes they just haven't even updated it.
They haven't
either.
updated, like, it's still
like
21st
Webster's is
century.
still probably from the fucking exactly.
that's what I'm saying. So,
There's really no telling.
but it's a lot of different. Like when I was a kid, what was that robot to where like you could like control it, like the shit could like do a backflip or like put its hands up.
I don't remember what the name was. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Those were
though.
like, I feel like those were like classic.
No, they were. They
Like-
used to be able to do backflips with that. Backflips and front flips.
Depending on which one you got, like
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
of course you just could have the basic one. But
Right. Yeah.
I remember that shit.
Do you consider not the inflatable sex dolls, but like the big ass silicone ones? Is that robot? Is that AI?
Nah,
No.
because they're not electronic. I think they're just
Nah, yeah.
they're just big ass
They
pieces.
don't
of silicone.
vibrate. They don't
No.
get hot.
Nah. I mean, maybe if you get a nice one, but
But that's what I'm saying. If you get a top of the line sex doll, that's probably a robot. If it's got like a toaster for the pussy,
What's it called? Animatronics.
yeah, animatronics.
But animatronics are those robots?
They're robots, but they're not self-operated. We're still controlling them. They have all the same mechanisms of an actual robot. You know, they got the exoskeleton, the CPU, but we're operating it remotely. It's not self-sufficient.
But regardless, I can't wait. I mean, I hope I live to the point to where, you know, I can have like a little robot made. You get what I'm saying?
like on some iRobot shit.
What race you gonna pick?
It probably won't have a race.
I mean, but by that time, we're gonna be that customizable.
No, by that time, it's probably like, I don't know.
I feel like just stainless steel is gonna be the race. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, that's not fun.
Silicone,
That's not
plastic.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's
Like,
not fun at all. Like,
Well, if you think about
would
it,
you want one that's
if you-
like
I
looks
would-
like a human? I wouldn't
if
want
you-
one that looks like a human.
I wouldn't.
I'd rather have one that looks like a robot.
If you think about it, they
Looks
already
like a-
have silicone sex dolls. So all you would have to do is put the technology in that
just put
silicone.
the skin on it.
And then,
Yeah.
so it's like, I wouldn't care about the race though. I wouldn't care.
I wouldn't want one that's trying to resemble a human. I would rather just have a robot looking thing.
that would be cool too. Like, when was that one animated robot movie where the world was robots? Everybody, it was the blue robot. He was the main character.
I know what you're talking. I don't know the name of it though.
But that movie, yeah, you want some shit kind of like that. Like, they're human-like, but they're still so obviously a machine.
exactly. Yeah. I don't want no shit that like I get to pick what color and race it is. The color. Hair.
Yeah,
like,
this
I
shit
don't
is
want all
not
that.
an RPG. I don't need to pick his brown eye color.
I don't
nigga.
need all that shit. Yeah,
But
yeah.
I wouldn't mind. Like, you wouldn't get like
I don't think I want a robot. I'd rather just have like a maid. But if I did have one, I damn sure don't want it to look like no fucking human.
yeah, nah, but I would.
There's no fun in that.
It would be cool to have like to be in that society with some iRobot shit.
You
know?
have an AI Jeffrey,
You
Fresh
know?
Prince of Bel-Air. nigga.
and like he cool as shit.
Make him witty. You can program him for one-liners.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
And we're gonna, I feel like you were saying earlier, like,
I don't want to talk to my shit.
where technology is going, you kind of have to, though. Like, you got to give a command.
Yeah, I don't want it to tell me no jokes, nigga. I got Alexa for that. Like,
Nah, that's fire. No, fuck it. But that's what Alexa is gonna be. That's the updated version. We talking about in 2043. There's gonna
Yeah.
be no more Alexas. It's just gonna be straight.
it's only like 20 years.
We got
from now.
full-size machines that operate.
Yeah. 20 years, a lot can change in 20 years.
No,
it
I
could
mean,
happen.
shit's moving. Shit in the last 10 years has moved fast.
Yeah.
So in 20 years, it could
Nigga,
definitely.
2043.
Bro, I mean, shit, bro. Electric cars and hybrid cars are becoming like, you can get one at hoopty prices now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And before, that shit was not cheap. So the fact that we're pretty much at the point where you can buy a hoopty
Every 5
electric
years.
cars almost, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get there.
Yeah.
We at the point now where a 45-year-old dude might ask you for help with his phone, but it's not as much as it used to be. Like modern technology like this is becoming the norm.
Yeah.
Touchscreen gas stations.
Yeah. Or touchscreen anything like
Contactless delivery, nigga.
contactless like ordering.
They had a lot of those in LA. A lot of those
booths.
those robots that deliver food.
Yeah.
They had a lot of those in LA.
And there's a couple like I know there's some Asian places in Cary.
Yeah.
They got like different ones, like ones where it's a robot holding the tray.
Oh
ones,
yeah, I seen one of those
like,
in North Hills before. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
They got ones where it's like a robot that is a tray.
Nope, I seen
know
that.
what I
I know
mean?
exactly what you're talking about. I seen that.
What's that show? It was a spinoff of iCarly. Sam and Cat. You remember that shit? There was this one restaurant they used to go to on that shit. I remember they had like a robot waiter.
I don't know. I wasn't really watching Sam and Cat.
I wasn't watching it like that either. I just remember the robot in that shit.
I never watched iCarly. I was too old at that point.
Yeah, I'm about to say, yeah.
I was out of, you know what I'm saying?
We were still at the age where it's
And
like, Nickelodeon's on. We're
That's
going to
like,
watch whatever's on.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Like, I was kind of phased out of that.
Yeah.
Like, shit.
And plus-
I watched a million episodes of That's So Raven. It wasn't my favorite show, but I fucked with it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And that's, it's a little bit different, but it's the same concept.
yeah.
You know,
But
three
like,
friends.
Speaking of this upcoming year, you know, there's a lot of momentum and energy around this time. Niggas trying to make changes and adaptations to their life. You know, niggas trying to leave habits behind. Y'all niggas got any New Year's resolutions?
Nah, I don't really got any New Year's resolutions.
You just perfect right now?
Nah, I don't really do New Year's goals for the new year. Nah, that's not how my life ever been. It's
I
never
already
been stable enough to where I could just like
Plan for the whole year.
Yeah, plan for the whole year. Like, nah, nigga, that's not how it works.
nigga,
Yeah, I've already
You sound homeless.
I've already written
life.
I've already wrote my business goals out for all next year. So that's really about it. I don't have any personal goals.
Y'all got any personal habits? Like, I don't want to carry over smoking tobacco into 2024. I'm trying to cut that shit out of my repertoire.
No more grava, whatever.
No more grabbing, no more spliffs, no more blunts.
So just straight.
Just
papers,
straight weed.
Papers and grass.
You know, like how God intended.
Basically, he wants to
Cannabis.
smoke by himself, which is fine. Saves me weed.
Congratulations, nigga. But, you know, you not worried about that shit? There's no real fear?
It's crazy. I've been going to like the sauna for like the past couple of days. You know, I've been kind of introducing that shit into my lifestyle.
You think
know,
the
and
sauna-
but I've been doing like healthy shit. Like I've been getting back into the gym. It's something I'm worried about, but I'm not like, no.
Sauna and gym does not prevent cancer.
But you're talking to me like I'm perfectly
Super nigga.
I'm perfect.
Forget.
No, I'm perfectly fine with reaping what I sow. Like,
But that is true too. But wait, so, because I was thinking about this shit, right? Like, because, you know, I'm coming to the conclusion that I want to stop doing this. But I was like, if I fuck around and die because I love smoking weed, is that like a good death?
it's not.
Did I
A,
go out on top?
Depends on how old you are when you go out.
it depends on the
Yeah.
context too.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna be 25 knowing my lungs are bad. Like doctors telling me, like, "Yo, Justin, you got to stop doing it." Of
Right,
course, I'm
right,
gonna stop.
right, yeah.
But at the same time,
But even if you're like 50, even if you're like, I don't know how bad it is. So say you make it to 80, but the last 2 years is like really bad because you have lung cancer.
Is it worth it?
It might be because you made it to 80.
You didn't make it
I was
80.
first of all, just saying, starting it off at making it to 80, nigga, I won.
Pretty
Yeah.
much. Especially
Now-
as a black man.
As a black man,
Yeah, you really won.
You supposed to be out here by 21.
And I'm here.
yeah, that's what
33 years later.
statistics say.
And based off your mugshot, you supposed to be going by 16, nigga.
Hell yeah, nigga.
I've done a lot in life.
Now look at you, 137 countries. What's the statistics?
Yeah.
Which we will read at
4
the end of the
million
show.
views or
Just
something
to-
ridiculous.
Just to flex on niggas.
Yeah.
Something sinister.
That was
But
just in
I'm-
365.
no,
But
I'm
I
not-
don't even want it to get to that point because it's like,
But what is this facade of like the tobacco? Like, isn't anything burning going into your lungs is bad for you, right?
anything burning going into your lungs is bad
Tobacco
for
does.
you. But tobacco is the
Yeah.
accelerator.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
It's one of those things. Like I don't know. Like I do. Like I like my spliffs.
I love them.
And it's one of those things like, am I going to stop doing everything that's unhealthy for me? Or am I just going to stop doing what I actually like for the sake of like, you know? But like, where's the moral compass at? Like, am I going to stop? Like, what's some other shit I do that's bad for me? I don't know. Like,
you see, you at like
driving, nigga. Like, if
you at level 3 of the grief because I experienced this stage as well. Like
level 3,
like you're trying.
Nigga, I'm past you.
It's fiend philosophy. We're trying to justify why we do it. No, that's literally what it is.
No, but I'm saying
like, did you hear what you just said? You
Tony,
was like, if I get cancer, I earned it.
Tony, first of all, that's not what I said. And second of all, for lack of better words, is that how you're gonna do it when you come to my job?
Said, right?
When you come to my job,
Not
that's
really.
how you're gonna trick them.
But that's kind of what he said.
That's not even what I said. I'm saying
you said I'm gonna reap what I sow.
Yeah,
Right.
I'm saying
you accepting the consequences.
no. I'm saying I'm comfortable with my actions. Like I'm perfectly fine if that's where my spliffs. I mean, look, I guess I'll take that to the chin, but like it's like, are you gonna stop doing the other bad shit? You know what I mean? Like,
what other bad shit?
I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's not your only vice. Like,
it's not the only vice.
well, is it your only vice?
Yeah. I don't gamble. I don't trick. I don't go to strip clubs. I don't have a butter addiction.
I don't know. I feel
don't
like
even love clothes to the point where I'm the type of nigga that's gonna spend my last $200 on some shoes that's dropping right now.
but he's never. You don't got no money. Even like that hypothetical.
Yeah, money might bring new addictions.
I was about to say, like, you don't got no money yet, nigga.
But like even
You talking about you? Even the way you preface
put
that.
it this way. Because in high school, when you're working a job, you're not paying bills. We all had friends that they was willingly spending their whole $200 McDonald's check on clothes.
We understand that.
Yeah, but that's different, though.
That has
I've never done that,
Tony.
I don't have that habit.
If I had them,
oh my
I don't-
God,
no,
who
that's
cares?
different. Yeah,
Like,
that's
of course
different.
you're not gonna have
don't have
that.
that
But
habit.
that's not like even the point of the conversation. The point is that. First of all, congratulations. I hope you do that. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not saying like, you know what I mean? Like, nigga, you going, what the fuck? Like, I'm not trying to be that guy.
But this is not a bad thing by any means.
It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing.
You
but,
just still a junkie.
Nah, I think I'm past.
And you want me to come back to the crackhead commune?
Nah,
nigga?
man.
You gonna do yoga next year too?
Nah. I've done yoga before.
But like become like a yoga nigga, get dreads.
Nah. Dreads. That could happen. Not in the
Not
near
even
future.
dreads. Free
Free form.
Are you saying, am I going to enlighten myself?
What I'm asking, are you gonna put a tapestry up in your room?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
And you and your girl wake up in the morning and
It's
do
funny
yoga
how-
and morning meditations and affirmations and shit.
it's funny how avoiding cancer makes you a yogi. Like, did you see the stretch and the jumping conclusions?
Nah, because that's
And
how
I
you
be reached.
I mean,
Because
look,
you don't have no other vices, so it sounds like you might as well fully commit.
that's what I'm
I'm not saying
saying.
I'm done smoking weed. I'm still getting high. I'm just
know.
trying to take the tobacco out of it
That's what I'm saying. And at that point, niggas start planting gardens and shit.
That's what I mean,
to
bro.
supplement not getting cancer.
Look, once you stop smoking spliffs, that's how it go. You start wearing Sperry's. What's it called? The shoes,
Sperry's, yeah.
Sperry's, and like
No. Birkenstocks.
Birkenstocks, things.
Nah,
of that
once you
nature.
stop smoking spliffs, you just live a more organic lifestyle, nigga.
Which means you start a garden.
Does Larry June have a garden?
Yeah, he
Yes.
sells oranges, doesn't
Yes,
There's nothing wrong with a garden.
his whole brand is tangerines.
Yeah, literally,
oranges.
yeah.
That sounds pretty pimping to me.
he? Yeah.
But overall, I mean,
Tapestry.
Sling some fruit coast.
nah, man, I'm not stopping my spliffs.
I'm gonna take it out. I'm gonna take it
now
out.
that you-
But
When- now
if
that
I
you say
stop
that,
smoking spliffs, I'm gonna stop smoking. You get what I'm
That's-
saying? Like that's
that's me
the
too.
thing.
I know.
Like
That's
I'm
how
just
you
gonna
feel,
stop
yeah.
smoking.
That's
Because
what's gonna
I
happen to
enjoy
me.
it this way so much.
I enjoy it this way, and I've been
Yeah.
doing it for so long. So it's like, it's like, what do you really want? You
to
get
not
what I'm saying?
die. I don't want to get cancer. That's
You
not
know-
the worst motive
You know
in
what's
the world.
fucked up? So the way I've thought about stopping cigarettes, as I'm about to light one now,
Uh-huh.
is like
That shit look comfortable in your hands,
it
nigga.
does, bro. I really just want to take a peek at my lungs. Like I don't know how much it costs.
I'm nervous.
It shouldn't be that much.
You shouldn't be nervous. I should be way more nervous than you. Like
Nigga, that helps me sleep at night. Sometimes I be lighting up and I'm like, should I be doing this? And then I think AJ got like 10 years. When AJ worried, I'll be worried. Oh, shit.
These niggas still
shit.
sparring 2 minutes.
Bro, because that's the
Snoop
thing too.
Dogg.
Because it's like I've seen studies. I did research on this shit. And it's like black lungs, right? But the body fixes itself and it heals itself. So a nigga can smoke for 10, 20 years, then not smoke for 10, 20 years, and their lungs go pretty much pink again, completely.
And of course, it depends on what you're doing in the middle to kind of help with that.
Yeah, but it's like...
It's like a chimney. Once you clean it out and stop using it, it's not going to be no new smut.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to clean itself out. So I just be wanting to, like, get an MRI or whatever the fuck. I just want to, whatever. I just want to see
where you at on the spectrum.
I'm at on the blackness
just
scale.
So you know, like,
so I know
how to move.
That will scare the fuck out of me. Like if I would need like a real legit cut this shit out. My doctors have always told me like you should stop smoking because what doctor doesn't tell you to stop smoking? But it's like if a nigga showed me this is what we're working with. You know what I'm saying?
And he says it like that. Oh,
yeah, that'll fuck me up.
That'll fuck me up too. I don't want to get to that point. And what would that do to you?
I think you're really far away from that point. Especially,
I hope so.
Especially if you're just spliffing. I'm doing straight tobacco.
Yeah. Like,
my problem is, it's like there are people who just spliff, but I feel like I spliff to an extreme degree. Like even when I'm hitting the pipe, I'm putting spliff in that.
Well, and that's
fine.
It's not just when I roll a joint, but
you're not smoking tobacco. It's like that. It's real different.
I'm not smoking a cigarette.
You're not smoking cigarettes, Black and Milds and shit. There's nothing above that. Like
there's nothing above
straight tobacco.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And even if we both smoking tobacco 42 times a day, the amount of tobacco I smoke is cut in half.
You're
nigga,
a fraction of what's in my cigarette.
I mean, I do prefer it a little spicy, just a little spicy. So
you might be maybe 1/4 if you like it spicy. 1/4 of one of these.
Probably literally just the orange tip from the whole orange tip.
Yeah, like this much.
Yeah, for the day.
Yeah. So
that might be still too much.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's not. I doubt I feel like your lungs are probably still like extremely pink.
And it all depends on like what you're doing in the middle. Like I'd make sure, I'm being active.
It doesn't matter.
I hit the sauna, you know
help.
what I mean?
That does help.
It helps, but it's not, he's presenting it like a cure.
No. How come first of all, that's not how I'm presenting it, but you just want to make that point. So just say you want to make that point.
That's what you do, nigga.
That's not what I did.
Literally what
that
you
is
do.
literally not what I did.
That's all he does.
That's not what I did.
Then you say one thing, and it's like, all right, that's it. Here's the story.
First of all, you know me. If I said something that I didn't think I said, I would have said that. So that's not what I said.
You didn't
what
just
I
say nothing at all.
Exactly, but
I
said
said a bunch of rigmarole. He's a slimy fucking salesman. I was waiting for you to make something
waiting for me.
factual.
But that's not even my point. And remind me of what I said so I can
You
remember.
didn't have a point. You was about to regurgitate bullshit to get out of this.
No. What was we just saying?
Your lungs start. It was working out and stuff like that.
First of all, I never presented it as a cure, more so as like
preventative measure.
Slowing process.
It's not. It's slowing.
That's what preventative measures are.
I mean,
preventative measures are not cures though.
They're not cures, but that's why I'm describing it as.
Yeah,
it's not even. Yeah. It's not even like a preventive because it's like my lungs are going to be black.
It's still going to happen.
But nigga, I'm still active.
But if you saw how black your lungs are, would you have that same effect as AJ to where it's like, all right, like nigga, I might start reconsidering this.
Yes, but it's hard. It's hard for me to think like that because it's like I know my lungs are they might be dark, but they're not like bad.
They're not African slaves.
I don't think y'all's are dark at all. Just because,
bro,
I think there might be a little tint to them.
We're underestimating the impact of what a cigarette is, and then what a spliff is.
Yeah,
like
bro,
our connection to what that does
it's so different.
It's so different because it's not even the tobacco necessarily.
It's the chemicals in it.
It's the chemicals.
Like
and all
I would
the
love to get
shit.
to the point where I grow my own tobacco that is organic, and I'd smoke that shit, and then minus the chemicals, literally just that raw tobacco. You know what I'm saying? Like grow some bud.
Tobacco itself or nicotine itself
is not bad for you.
Fucked up.
It's addictive.
For you. It's addictive, but it's not gonna kill you.
It's actually good for brains. Brain chemistry.
Cognitive function. It's technically considered a nootropic. I think scientifically it's considered a nootropic.
It is. It helps your brain operate better.
But
get them neurons firing.
Yeah, it just has a way of forming. Like I noticed that like everything I do throughout my day is kind of centered around that shit. It's geared for it.
A spliff.
Yeah, or just smoking in general.
Well, that's the addictive part.
That's the addictive part.
It's the tobacco is what's bringing you back. Like
which is another element of what I'm trying to get out of.
Because if you just start smoking weed, you won't fiend for it. You still might, but you won't fiend for it as much if you go no tobacco ingesting weed.
And it's the
weed
tobacco.
for me is no problem. Like
Yeah.
I'll smoke and just normal weed. I'll probably smoke how you should smoke weed, once or twice every week. You know, it's real lackadaisical.
Nothing crazy,
It's
yeah.
not like as soon as I get home from work, I gotta light that shit up.
And that's the tobacco that you're rushing home to.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's not even the weed, it's the tobacco.
But that's
calling.
a lot of
Yeah,
that.
literally, yeah,
but a lot of
literally.
that.
She's speaking very savory.
But a lot of that is just mental control. Because it's like, I get that too, but like, I don't know. Like, I guess I'm willing to take what the bad shit that comes with it.
that's all it is.
Just because it's like, it's a different type of high. I like the high. It's my type
Bro,
of high.
it's the best. I'm not saying it's the best high because nothing tops shrooms. But
I got some shrooms too now.
Smoking.
Weed.
Oh yeah, that's amazing.
About to take me a trip soon.
You should, nigga.
Yeah,
you better.
yeah.
Nigga, buying shrooms is like renting a spaceship.
It is. It
Yeah.
is.
What was I about to say? I started thinking about shrooms. It made me happy. That's just a bag of happiness.
It
nigga. That's
really
all you
is, bro.
have.
It really is
This is
amazing.
amazing.
Some
nigga.
weed.
But yeah, I don't know the point. Fuck it, drugs.
Yeah, yeah.
We was talking
baby.
about drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to try Adderall though. That wasn't my original point. I just thought of that.
Yeah, it's this white dude. I work with him. It was so crazy. He was talking about doing coke, and he had asked me. I was like, "Yo, you ever done coke?" And I'm like, "Nah, man, I've never done coke."
Yeah.
And then I told you about it. He's like, "Well, you smoked weed before, right? I know you smoked weed before." I'm like,
That's
"Yeah,
not comparable at all.
But he just kept
Yeah,
going.
he's just saying,
But
like,
I'm like, yeah,
you've
you
already
know,
done the gateway.
I smoked weed before.
No.
He was
Yeah.
like, dude, like, coke is not even that bad. Like, honestly, like, I'd much rather pop out Adderall. Like, this is what he
Slimy-ass
said.
salesman, nigga.
I was like, really? He was like, yeah, dude. Like, I tried coke. It only lasts for like 4 minutes, dude. I'll pop a 30, man. That shit got me blasted for like 4 hours.
He's definitely not
Yeah, that
lying.
sounds like a salesman.
I'm like, yeah.
and can we bleep out this name? But I was recently talking to my because she had said that she did Adderall before, and I was trying to pick her brain about like, yo, what was the high like? And she was like, for her, it just made her feel normal because she's allegedly autistic. It's allegedly.
ADHD, maybe.
It's like a
Wait, are you saying autistic as like that's a firm statement?
well, she believes she's autistic. Nobody else really took it serious, but there are certain things that happen to where I'm like, all right, nigga, might be on that spectrum.
Yeah, I was about to say, because Adderall does not, it's not a trip for me. It's just a balancing, like, as I need it.
Because you're autistic?
No, because I have ADD.
Oh, but you have
Yeah.
something
ADHD.
to where it's
Yeah.
no longer a stimulant, it's a downer. Or not a downer, but like
It's a leveler. It
a
actually
regulator.
levels out.
A regulator.
It's a regulator, yeah. So it's not, I can't use it recreation.
30% of America
Recreationally.
might need Adderall.
Because I was asking her, I was like, so if you felt normal off the Adderall, like how different was your day high on Adderall versus sober on autism? And she was like,
Yeah.
She was,
Adderall as an autism drug is insane.
it's amazing.
It's
Yeah.
insane.
It's
That's
incredible.
insane.
But
That's
she was
insane.
like, when I was off the Adderall, like my day was probably how a normal human should be.
Exactly.
She got up, she was like, oh, I got an assignment due. Let me do that. I
Literally.
just finished my assignment. Let me do some laundry. Well, I'm dirty now. Let me just go and take a shower. She just pinballing back and forth from different tasks
Productive
that are
as
productive.
fuck. Yeah.
And I was like, what's your normal day like? And she was like, I have no idea. And I was probably like, it's probably that, just way less direction. Like, you accidentally stumble upon doing some of these things.
That and a lot of procrastination, probably.
Yeah, it's just
a
not
lot of
intentional.
procrastination. Yeah.
Yeah.
Adderall is amazing. I mean, for me, but I need it.
I want to
Yeah,
try
yeah.
something.
If you don't need it, then I think it's gonna be like an upper for you. Like it'll be like Coke for you.
What happens? Can you crush up the powder and put it in a spliff?
That's some fiend shit.
Yeah, that's some fiend activity.
Well, you know, we're junkies here. This is,
Where?
yeah. Yes.
Where?
You more so than me.
I think it really just depends on. Okay, smoking it, I wouldn't suggest that.
No,
I know people
at
used
all.
I know people used to snort it.
Yeah, snorting is more of a like Percocet, Adderall. You snort that.
Yeah, I don't know about smoking it.
Get a little,
Smoking in my
Smoking
unlock
it
a
is
new
crazy.
chamber,
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah, smoking it is crazy.
That might have been what Albert Einstein was on, though.
They were all on fucking Creek. Bro, Beethoven was on embalming fluid.
That's something that you use to light shit on fire with, right?
No, that's what you use to preserve a body after it's
Yeah.
Oh,
died.
God.
Yeah. They said that nigga would like drink swigs of embalming fluid and like fucking put these masterpieces of music down.
It was a nootropic, nigga.
Yeah.
And then
started-
then he was deaf too, so he was extremely loud. Like
I was about to say, I can imagine if you start drinking that, you can probably start hearing sounds.
yeah,
Yeah.
bro. But then it doesn't help if you're deaf, so you're the loudest nigga on the block.
And you know what's crazy? That's all it takes. All you had to do was drink a little bit of what you call an embalming fluid
Embalming fluid,
Embalming
yeah.
to convince a Christian that you a prophet. You're gonna start hearing voices,
Nigga, he played a piano.
getting messages, you're gifted now. All you did was have a little accident.
Was it Beethoven or Mozart? Let me look.
Well,
One of them
Beethoven played the piano. Mozart was the composer, right? Or were they both composers? I don't want to get
They're both
specific.
technically composers.
Yeah,
They
but
were
just
old
because
white-
of the definition.
They were old
Yeah.
white dudes that made music.
Yeah, shout out to old white dudes that make music, man. It's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was watching The Real Husbands of Hollywood. Shout out to that show, legendary show.
Hilarious.
Kevin Hart and shit. I haven't seen Robin Thicke like in forever. Robin Thicke, you remember that nigga?
Yeah.
Lost without you.
I feel
that
like
shit-
he's probably at Essence Fest right now.
Yeah.
Trying to scout some black women.
some black,
Yeah.
some black older women.
The Source Award.
Yeah.
What do black women shop predominantly?
Shit everywhere. Rainbow,
Yeah, Target.
Gap.
Yeah, I haven't heard from that nigga in a long time either. But you know what? Honestly, what it probably is too is I think he lost that lawsuit. He lost that lawsuit, so you know when niggas lose lawsuits, they normally go quiet.
Nigga, they go
nah.
quiet.
Yeah,
He
that'll
went-
shut a nigga up real good.
He went back to that writing booth because I'm pretty sure he was like an industry writer. I'm pretty sure
Yeah, something.
because you don't just
That's
like
his claim.
you don't just come off the block at 35 being a hit. Like nah, nigga, you knew some connections.
Especially a white dude in a
white
black
dude.
space.
Nigga,
Normally don't pan out too well, but
nigga was writing for R. Kelly. But and I know you probably gotta.
Yeah.
But real quick, R.I.P. Well, not R.I.P. That sounds bad. But the Russ Parr morning show is ending after 25 years,
this
nigga.
is important.
Damn,
This is very important.
This is important.
that's historic.
The Russ Parr morning show.
That was probably the first
Yeah.
radio show that I consciously listened to when I was a child, like 7 years old.
and
Mine was Time Joyner. My mom had that. She stayed
Around the
with that
same
shit
time.
on.
Around
Yeah.
the same time.
And
Like I used to fuck with Russ Parr so much. It was this dating show he had. It was kind of like The Bachelor.
yeah.
I used to watch that shit. Bootleg on YouTube.
And you know, it's just overall legends, and it's just kind of unfortunate. But I'm pretty sure they've been on longer than most radio stations ever. So
It's probably the time to bow gracefully. You know, with most series and hit shows, like they really try to pimp that shit out past his mileage, and you end up with a lot of bad work in the end, nigga. That's kind of what's happening with Rick and Morty. I ain't really been watching that shit recently because I feel like they probably should have stopped making that after like the third or fourth season.
Yeah, Russ Parr is ending after 30 years.
You gotta at a certain point, the story is done.
nah, Rick and
Damn,
Morty.
he's
is-
only 64. He got a lot of
pretty
life to
amazing.
live too.
and you got to understand, like he got good money for years.
Bruh,
So
He's
it's
gonna be
like,
okay.
He's
I'm gonna look up his net worth.
he's comfortable. Shout out to Russ Parr, man. He's a
Russ
legend.
Parr is not gonna have to wake up in the morning for a while. man.
Yeah.
he's gonna be napping until noon.
Yeah.
bare minimum.
His body
he's
might-
earned the leisure.
Yeah, his body might wake him up. But overall, man, shout out to Russ Parr. Is he like a quick?
It says estimated net worth 10 million.
I was about to say he has to have at least 20.
He sounds successful to me.
I think the net worths
It's
are
always-
always lower.
It's always lower, but
I normally double it off the rip anyway.
Russ Parr, he seems like a 20 millionaire.
Seems 20 at least.
at
yeah.
least. He's Russ Parr, but
Russ Parr in the morning.
shout out to Russ Parr.
That
you know
legend,
what I mean?
he probably inspired a few of the broadcasters that you watching right now subconsciously. I don't know.
Yeah.
Man, fuck it.
But shout out to Russ Parr, 30 years in the game, you know, blessings. But all in all, beautiful episode, you know
It
what
was
I
a
mean?
little short, but I got to
Gave
be
it-
the father that stepped up. So
Yeah, this nigga, I got
I'm gonna tell the story, but I'm gonna tell the story one day. But it's a little fresh right now.
yeah, it's so much. It's
fresh.
You gotta get out of here.
You a
Get this.
father? What the fuck?
Not
It's so
really,
much.
but kind of.
He's a father. But LOY
It's a huge bomb to just drop it into the podcast.
Right.
Like Tone got a kid.
leave a cliffhanger. But LOY the show, we are hosting another show coming up in January the 24th. LOY the show in Greensboro. Yes, we're going to be, shout out to Borough, shout out to 2H, a lot of lovely artists. So, go to LOY the show, all platforms to get information about that.
Yeah.
Why LOYs, hashtag why
Oh,
LOY for
shit.
all concerns, questions.
Yeah, we'll
we
do
didn't
them
read in
next
this
week.
Yeah, I was about to say
episode.
we didn't read 'em. Fuck.
We'll do it next week. And shout out to the special video that should be dropping this week before this. And if it has, we did that. But all in all, J Nobles,
Tony Groove.
AJ behind the boards.
Yeah.
We 3 Oak Mondays, Homeroom Tuesdays, LOY you've been
Not
watching.
this Monday.
Yeah.
Well, for obvious reasons.
Yeah, for
that
obvious
you
reasons.
know.
Yeah.
We out. Get the fuck out. Hey, matter of fact, go watch that video on our platform
Tuesday.
or his. I really hope this shit
Stop
drops.
talking.
I really hope it drops by
You
the
might
time
say
this.
Voldemort's name,
I'm about to
nigga.
say, yeah. But thank you, man. Yeah, we out. Bye.
Peace.